Hello and welcome to Deft and Dorky, where we will play Dungeons and Dragons.
And talk about driving tests.
Driving test.
Exciting.
Ray doesn't even remember his driving test, because back in those days, he had to stick his feet on the ground to make the car move.
I do remember my driving
Did
test.
you get a
Actually,
suicide knob for your car?
Oh yeah, suicide knob, yeah. Woo, woo, woo.
shit, I ain't that old.
I remember having to get out of my car and hand crank it.
I remember when you didn't have to pump your own gas. Now I go to Oregon for that experience.
I think they passed to where
That's true.
they're not going to do that anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
I
were
know.
like, I can't even imagine having to pump my own gas.
That's so hard.
That's so dangerous.
So dangerous.
It's like,
I
what?
might spill gas all over myself.
There goes
I've
the
never
good old
worked a-
days.
Yeah. Oh, Ray.
All right. So last week, I remember the recap.
We
You
went
guys-
we went on a thrilling adventure where we pumped our own gas. It was a deadly
Pumped our own
expedition.
gas and installed our own suicide knobs.
Yeah.
You guys
we're such daring adventurers.
You guys were at the labyrinth. You were gonna leave to go to the Twin Cities to possibly find Alaris, the quote unquote friend of the master, who left a note saying he was gonna leave that life behind and he was sorry that he had gotten her into something.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
wasn't he part of a cult?
He was part of the Order of Dusk, is what you know.
They like one of those juice drinking cults. You know what I'm talking about?
Like-
where they all suicide.
Juice everything now. I'm on the Garth Brooks juice diet.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys went to the twins. Uriel told you to, if you happen to be in the Empire, to try to check in on someone named Trin in Dafford.
Yeah.
You guys went to the Twin Cities. You were looking for Alaris. Hadn't had much luck. You were going to go drop in at the magic shop. I guess it's tomorrow now, to talk to their enchanter, since he was like the most magic-y guy you could find in town.
And give me that new sword.
Yeah, and not
No.
buy him a sword. That was one of the things we talked about.
That night, as you guys were sleeping, Beak was up on the roof and was awakened by a shriek and saw a short little bit of lights above a ship. He told his spiders to go check it out. The next morning they came back and he told you everything that he found out. You went over to check on the ship. They were unroping they were unmooring to get ready to leave. They hadn't quite yet pulled up anchor. But they were doing that, and you guys snuck to the side of the ship, found out there was some kids inside, jumped on the
murdered
ship,
everyone.
let the kids out, knocked everyone out, killed a couple people with a tornado.
Well, they just passed out next to
What
a
are you gonna
tornado.
do?
That's not my fault.
I still have a
Everyone on the
weird
ship
feeling.
you didn't recognize anything until finally two guys came out with the captain, and those two guys you recognized as wearing armor that was not branded, not marked Empire, but looked like Empire style armor.
We didn't kill anyone that did any magic, did we?
Huh? No.
No people on the boat. No, somebody did magic. Well, that's what woke me up.
Yep.
That's what I saw.
It's true.
But we didn't
Probably
kill.
one of the
We
kids.
didn't kill anybody that did magic.
But we don't know what it was. It could have been
Maybe
one
one
of
of them
children.
chillins. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where we left off. Ray Melmore was tying up people every round. Seraph was bringing the first mate back unconscious after knocking him out underwater. Someone outside is honking just relentlessly. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not.
Nope. We don't hear it.
Oh,
It's probably
man.
their alarm. They probably are sitting there in their car going. Meh, meh,
No, it's
meh,
not.
meh."
it's not patterned. It's just every now and then they
Oh.
lay on it for like a couple seconds.
Oh.
Oh, you're trying to play D&D? That's what
Or
happens.
walk out there. Hey, I'm trying to play D&D in here.
Bye, day and day. I need you to be quiet.
All right, I think he's done, or her, or they. So yeah, that's kind of where we left off. You guys are like tying up the unconscious people. Beak and Cleroy made it to the dock with the 3 kids. At this point, the 3 kids are kind of clinging to Beak, as he is the one who helped them all out.
Because he's such a handsome bird.
And about this time, a bunch of the town guard start heading towards the dock. As you guys are tying people up, they come up to the boat. Say, everyone stop what you're doing.
Who? Who said that?
Everyone. One of the
The
guards.
guards.
Oh. We're good guys.
I'll stop what I'm doing.
So I would say you probably have about half of them tied up.
What
Um,
town are we in? We're still in.
You're in Riverton.
Okay.
5 of
wanna,
the guards split off and go towards Beak and Cleroy, and they say, "Let the kids go." They sort of motion.
No, not safe.
The kids are all just clinging to you, and they're
Safe with us.
they look at you. He goes, "We're gonna have to take them in. They've been reported missing."
Yes, we found them.
You're gonna have to come with us. And they start just putting manacles on. They come up to you with manacles and ask, "Can I have your hands, please?" You and Cleroy, and they come up to you guys on the boat as well. They start putting manacles on all the unconscious people and requesting that you guys, all of you individually, come willingly in manacles.
I will hold out my hands and let him.
I'll come willingly, but not in manacles.
Yeah,
I've-
Melmore's gonna shake his head. Nope, ain't putting them things on me. I'll come, but you ain't putting them on me.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll say that too. I'll just.
I say you should really put manacles on everyone else, but no, I'm just kidding.
So they got manacles on everyone on the ship, and they're gonna leave like, I don't know, probably like, well, it's actually they've all drawn swords at this point. For those of you who are saying you're not gonna put manacles on, so you're either gonna have to put them on, or we're gonna take you in at sword point. We'd rather not do that.
I
I'll
will.
fight.
I
I'll
will
fight.
ask,
Come on.
ask the kids.
Just put 'em on.
I'm ready
do
to
you
fight.
want to go with them, or do you want to run? And I point. I kind of motion towards the water.
They're clinging to you, but they're looking up at you like, our parents will. We live here.
Okay.
Okay.
They're
Beak.
still like holding on to your like cloak,
Feathers.
robes, and stuff.
Oh.
What are you doing, Melmore?
Melmore's
Watch out for spiders.
holding up his axe and his shield. Not gonna put those things on him.
Beak does not want those
Man.
things on either.
He'll fight. He's not gonna be put in shackles.
Beak will not be a chained animal.
Literally.
Are you pulling
told
out a
him I'll
weapon,
go
or are you
with him.
just like guarding the kids?
I mean,
Guarding
I've
the
already got
kids.
my weapon in, pretty much. I have
Say
my
no,
weapon
no.
in my hand.
Yeah, you
I
just said
go
you
with
had
I
him.
it.
tell him. Yeah, I hold it up. I'm like, look, I'm not putting them on me, but I'll come with you.
And what are you doing, Cleroy?
I'll say I don't do shackles. I'll go.
Are you holding your weapons out, or are you
No,
sheathing?
no, I'm not. I'm not holding any more weapons.
Me
Okay.
neither.
And what
I'm
did
not-
you say
I'm-
to him?
Oh, I don't have any weapons.
say that.
Oh, what? Yeah, Cleroy. What are you saying to him?
Yeah, I'll just say that I'm not going. I'll go as long as they don't have shackles on.
So the 5 that are sort of surrounding you and Beak are sort of looking at each other. What did you say to them, Galahad?
That I would cooperate, but not putting manacles on. I'll give them my papers. We just saved all these children for you. What were you doing? You weren't
You-
doing your job.
You give them your papers, and they look at them. Good. You're gonna call them out right now. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, you're dang right. I'm calling them out.
They say we We just got word we were on the way.
Just got word if we hadn't stopped them, they would have been gone.
If it was
The
you
boat
who
was
stopped
leaving.
them, then we'll find out. Just come with us. Willingly,
Yeah,
please.
I
We
will come
never
with
we
you
never said
willingly.
we wouldn't come with them.
Just
Well, I
no
mean,
manacles.
you just pulled out a weapon, so there's like 7 or
Well,
so
Never said, but
surrounding you.
I also told them I'd go with them, but I'm not gonna put those on me. That's a threat to me. They're putting chains. They're gonna try to put me in chains. No, that's a
Yeah,
threat.
we did their job.
That's a threat.
There are about 7 surrounding Melmore with swords drawn. The rest of them, the 5 that are surrounding Beak and Cleroy, have sort of lowered their weapons a little bit and to say, "Just we'll walk behind you.
I'm not paying attention to them. I'm watching what's going on with Melmore.
Elmore feels threatened.
They're like, we'll let you put your weapon down. Put your weapon down now."
I'll put my weapon down if you put your chains away.
Tell them.
They look back at the other one who's the one who first spoke is looking at your papers, Galahad.
Yeah.
Says, is he a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Make a perception or persuasion with disadvantage.
I mean, I only met him like 2 weeks ago. It's only been that long, hasn't it?
Yeah, I
it's
also
been a while.
remember who gave you a spell book.
We had weeks in that trance thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. I met him a week ago, but we've known each other for like 3 weeks because we were tripping balls. You know what I'm saying? We went on the catnip pretty hard. Persuasion check
Yep.
at disadvantage.
Yep.
Ooh, not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
16.
He's just a stubborn dwarf.
He says,
You know how they are.
okay. He looks over and says, if he lowers his weapon, you don't have to cuff him. And so
Melmore lowers his weapon at this point, but he's looking at them like, don't come near me with the chains.
Melmore got like an opposite
Well,
of the chains.
If
Yes, he don't like being chained up.
if you're gonna not cuff everybody, can you take these off? I'll
yeah.
hold out my cuff.
They look
Nah,
over
he
at the
could
guy
give him-
again, and he just sort of he nods. So they take him off of you,
Thank you.
and they take. There's like some more starting to show up, and they start to sort of go to the boat, start re-mooring it, retying it off, and they're like getting prepared to get all the people off of the boat that are unconscious.
So the guy talking to me, is he the captain, I would assume? Or not the captain, but the guy who's in charge right here.
Yeah, he's in charge of like this detachment.
I'll
Yeah.
point out the guys in the armor, the Brotherhood looking guys, the Empire guys,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll explain, these guys are part of a organization, you know what I mean? Brotherhood of Men, blah blah blah, all that stuff. not gonna, like,
he just looks at you, he's
retell
like,
the whole-
just you're gonna have to tell this to someone else. This is above my pay. I'm just here to sort out the immediate.
I'm part of the
nets."
Chinatown unit. Thinking like Warrior, that show. Jeez.
He's just like,
These,
just go with
are these all
them.
gnomes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't brandish a weapon. I don't even have a weapon.
He says, just go with them, and we'll take care of the boat. We'll take everyone in.
Okay,
so
good.
he lets you guys go. The kids are still latched onto you, Beak. Are you guys all going?
Yeah, we're going. I
Yes.
want to ask the kids though. I want to kind of whisper them to them. I say, I point to them. You magic, and I'm gonna produce a little orb. It like predicts the weather. A little orb appears in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like gold for clear skies tomorrow, or rainy for the next.
Yeah, what's the weather tomorrow, Isaac?
What's the weather tomorrow?
It's clear.
Tell me.
So
Oh,
like a little golden orb appears in front of us, and then I point
They-
to them. You magic?
They sort of look up at you and smile, and the girl, she stops what she's doing. She stops walking for a minute, like sort of closes her eyes, and she sort of squints really hard, and then like in her hand there's three little light globules, and she looks up at you and smiles, and then she closes her hand and they go away.
I say, okay, Beak.
They say, okay, Beak. She goes, are you Beak?
Aye.
Okay. And they
They don't know
start.
how to take
They
it.
walk with you. She like grabs your hand and starts walking with you, instead of clinging to your robes.
Okay.
You guys make it a little ways across town, and into a larger facility. You can see, like, by the time you get a little ways away, they start like hefting these guys up and getting them on their feet and moving them with you. So they're a little ways behind you. But if you were to if you stop and look back, you can see them. They're coming to the same place you're coming to. So they take you in. It's like it's not a large building, but it's like smaller than the inn you guys are staying in, but it's not tiny. It's got the symbols and stuff to let you know that this is basically the main law enforcement branch here in Riverton. So they take you a little ways away, and they take you inside, and they go into a room. There's some chairs and a long table. They say, go ahead and have a seat over there. The chief constable will be with you momentarily. And they go out and close the door, and you hear him like lock it. And then not too long after that, you start to hear what sounds like the people that you guys just beat up being brought in. And you hear them sort of protesting a bit, and eventually you can hear like bigger like iron doors being shut. Is there
Are the
anything you'd
group
like to do
brought
while
to
you're waiting?
justice?
Where's the kids?
They're with you in the room.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
just two other guards in the room with you, and the door is locked.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll
Wait.
just sit around and wait.
Someone could talk to the kids.
Wait until they start asking some questions.
Yeah,
Someone
we're all
talk
just
to
waiting.
Not Beak.
So a minute goes by. Someone you hear, and then someone opens the door, and they walk in, and she goes, "I'm here for the kids. Do you want to come with me?" And they look up and they look at you, Beak.
That's probably
And they-
best.
They look
Beak.
back, and she goes, "Well, your mom is here. She wants to see you." And they like look up, and they all say, "Thank you, Beak," and they walk out. And then the door closes again. You hear a lock. Another few minutes go by. Someone else comes to the door. It opens up, and you see a small gnomish woman. She's got like longer hair, but it's back in a ponytail. Fair-skinned, but she's wearing like official, like
Yeah.
police type uniform, but not a street uniform, but more like just the business uniform, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like
Like a
Casual
detective.
Friday. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shirt,
yeah.
shirt and tie.
shirt and
Yeah.
tie. Yeah, and a blazer, a woman's blazer.
So she walks in. Well, I gotta find
She's got a badge on her side and a gun on the other side. She's a no nonsense lady. I can tell right away.
There we go. She walks in and sits down across from the table, on the other side of the table from you guys. She says, "Hello, I am Chief Constable Ringler. You want to tell me what happened?"
Well, there was a
Humans.
boat. Yeah, humans.
You can see she's like cracks the smallest of grins.
There was a boat leaving the shore, and we had. Well, our friend here sent some of his friends onto the boat, and they were kidnapping children. So we stopped them.
And you're the one with the paperwork.
Yes.
Can I see that?
Yeah. Yes. I assume I got it. Well, yeah, I assume I got it back.
You got it back. She looks over it. She says, "You are a diplomat. Are you on like extended leave, or why are you running around with these guys?"
I'm taking leave to investigate a matter of the Brotherhood.
The guys you told me about.
Yes. There was 2 of them on the boat. They seem to be going around different cities, kidnapping anyone with magical abilities.
Check around their shoulder blades, up in here, for a symbol that looks like that.
Almost like a brand.
I'll do that. You were in the Empire before this?
Yes.
I had heard rumors that they had had some younger people go missing in and around the Empire. I didn't know if they were true, and if they were, I had hoped it was going to stay localized. You're saying that it's spreading.
Well, yeah. There was a boat with a bunch of kids on it that definitely have magical abilities.
I don't think you know about
Yes.
magical abilities.
I mean, I saw them cast a glowing orb of light, didn't I? I was right there next to you.
You
No,
were
like
she
they-
did
with
it.
The other.
She did it just to Beak.
Oh. Well, we knew about the light that came off the boat, right?
You know what Beak told you about it.
Okay. Well, anyways, typically they target kids with magical abilities. There's some kids that went missing in another city that ended up blowing up, so, you know.
Raleigh. I don't know if
Raleigh?
you've heard of it.
So you're saying this is related to Ralia?
Yeah.
I think there's a connection, yes. The Brotherhood are funded in some way by the Empire, as much as I can tell.
And her face gives a little bit of a shock. Funded?
Yeah. They're, like, in the keep and everything.
Do you mind waiting here for just a few moments?
No problem.
She walks up to the door, tap, 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 and you hear him unlocking it from the outside. And she walks out, and they close it and relock it. And you hear... No, you actually don't hear much. You just wait a few minutes. And then a few minutes go by. The guards that are in there are looking bored. Like, this is their... They don't like this detail. But they're standing still. A few minutes go by. She comes back. She says, "All right. Well, first off, someone who would like to talk to you guys." And she looks back and says, she like motions, and gotta find my names.
Well prepared.
I had them written down, and now I don't find them.
Because your computer crashed.
They're on
It
the
deleted
they're
it.
on the cloud.
Corrupted data.
I had them
Just
written
make up
down.
new ones. And
I
you
had
get
them
extra
written down.
confused
My
when you go
computer
back
crashed and I lost it.
Yeah.
Try to fix it.
Okay,
This
well,
is-
I'm gonna have to.
This is Gnomish Senator Gabblegork.
Gabblegork.
I was like, shit, that was the name too.
It was Gabblegork the whole
You
time.
Nailed it. That sounds like a Gnomish name. What is, Gnomish is anything you want, right?
Okay. There we go. Another gnomish woman comes in. She's like just wearing very plain clothing, dress with like hair is not in any way like done. It's just sort of hanging to the back.
Oh,
It's a
okay. I thought
little
you were gonna
messy.
say double ponytails, World of Warcraft style.
Double ponytails. She walks in. She like sort of scans the bunch of you and looks directly at Beak. And she walks up to you and says, "I understand you're the one who saved my daughter."
That was perfect, Beak.
She just looks at you and says, "I just wanted to come and thank you personally. Thank you very much. It means a lot." And she says,
Okay.
I don't have much, but here," she puts 2 silver on the table and says, "Thank you. That's all I wanted. Thank you." And she walks out.
Quickly snag the silver and put my bag on the ground and stick my 2 silver in there.
So she walks out.
I the rest of the party, make sure no one's
Not getting
do
any
it.
funny ideas. You hear they close the door again. You hear it relock.
You could have split that silver with the rogue. He helped. He helped you. That's one
Well,
silver towards his sword.
She gave it
Yeah,
to me.
exactly.
The chief constable Ringler sits back down. She says, "Only those two that you mentioned had the brand. You think I'm gonna get much out of them, or I haven't. I'll interrogate them shortly, but I wanted to finish with you first."
They're a secretive group for sure.
They're pretty hard to crack. I doubt you'll get too much information from them.
We used to torture, but not anymore.
Our
She just
torture
sort of
guy.
gives you a look.
Our torture guy died. We've been thinking about bringing him back for some more torture.
These brotherhood of men, they don't like magic users. They don't like any race that isn't human. They're pretty
Giga racists.
bad, and the power that they possess, being able to destroy a city in an instant, it's all the help we could get to stop them would be much appreciated. If you could give us any information or leads or help.
Make a persuasion check.
What's
Oh,
beyond a giga racist? Is it a pederacist?
Yeah. A pedo racist.
21.
Taiwan.
No, giga racist is the top.
Oh, okay.
She says, I don't know much about it yet, just what I've heard. You probably actually know more, but if you'd like to view the interrogation, a couple of you can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that'd be.
That would be great. I would love to do that.
Very well. I can see to that. Kids have been returned. The parent, the one is the one's mother is who came to pick up all of them. They all know each other, so everything seems okay. You lot are free to go. Which of you are staying for the interrogation?
I will.
You and
I
Galahad?
will as well.
Melvin says, "I'll be at the end drinking. You know where to find me."
Punch them until they're nearly dead, and then heal them and do it again. Works good.
Hey, you know what? I might stay for some interrogation.
She invited two.
Dang, you're out of here, rogue. You're
Get
too
outta
poor
here.
to watch interrogations. This is for high-class citizens.
You can
Right,
try to
then.
plead your case if you want, but she invited two.
Let's just take the two and run. I want
Who's
to push
going?
my luck here.
Galahad and
and-
Seraph.
Yeah, I'll try and persuade her. See if I could join in.
Okay, what do you say?
I'll say, hey, yeah, I'm always up for some interrogation.
That's a really weird way to say that.
Make
Hey,
a
baby,
persuasion
what's up,
check.
Interrogation, huh?
Give me some interrogations.
She says, she looks at you kind of funny. There's really only room for two more in the room. We're
She's
gonna have
like,
to,
who's this weirdo? Why
have to
is he
just
in
do
your
two
group?
for now.
I go.
Squeeze in.
I go, we just met him like a week ago. He was stalking us. I don't even know why he joined.
He should be able to sneak in.
He sneaks in, stands in the corner.
I like watching interrogations.
I like watching interrogation, baby.
All right, so she says the rest of you are free to go. You two, follow me. She's talking to Seraph and Galahad. Those two guards that were in there escort the three of you out. And then she takes the other two of you into a different room.
Two-way mirror.
No, it's a room that is. It's got a chair in the middle of it with a light. It's some sort of magical light above it, and everything around it is very dark, It's difficult to see, like as you walk through the middle of it, it's difficult to see anything beyond the light. So she takes you to the back corner of the room, and there's like 4 chairs there. She says,
I'm
"Just."
thinking to myself, this is really smart. He'll never know where he's going to get hit from.
She says, "Just take 2 of the chairs there and try not to make any noise." And 2 more gnomes come in that are also business uniform and sit in the other 2 chairs.
They break out some chains. They're like, let's do this.
The first person they bring in is just one of the like the people down below that you guys saw.
Yeah.
Or actually, I guess you didn't. Neither one of you. Well, Seraph did. Seraph saw some of them down below. And he sits down, and over the course of like 5-ish minutes, the guy is just basically pleading that he doesn't know anything. You'd have to talk to the captain.
I'll do insight checks.
Okay, go ahead and roll insight.
That was my insight.
We only killed one of the officers, right?
Incredible insight.
Tough to read. You're very impressed with this room. You're looking around.
Good thing it's not a main guy.
So after a while, she's like, "Get this one out of here. Bring me the captain, I guess." And so the guards come in, take him out, bring the captain in, sit him down in the chair. He's still cuffed behind him. They start interrogating him, and
I'll be insight checking everything he says.
okay. Actually, you probably would have noticed there's a guy in like robes off to the side that's not sitting with you guys. He's off on the other side of the room, and he has been casting some sort of spell. You don't.
He's done a truthing
know what
him.
it is. Yeah. That is what's happening. She starts asking this captain what the deal is, and he's reluctant to speak at all, but over the course of 5-10 minutes, he starts to give up a little bit of information, and what you get from it is that he was told by those 2 that they were going to kidnap 3 kids that were the children of wealthy merchants in the town, and they were going to ransom them, is what he was told.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Go for it.
20.
Seems to be zone of truth in it. It seems like he doesn't want to say these things, but he is somewhat
Power of
compelled
Christ
to.
compels him.
Yeah, he says that they were told that they were going to kidnap 3 kids. They were going to ransom them, and they would be paid handsomely, him and his crew. And if it worked out well, there might be some more work for them. So that's about all they get out of the captain. And she says, "All right, take him out. Bring me one of those other 2." Guard gets up, takes him out, brings in one of the guys that is a Brotherhood guy. Sits him down, and she starts off just like, "What are you doing here?" And he doesn't talk. He's not saying anything at all. And a few minutes go by of her basically just saying, "They've already given you up. You might as well just talk to us." And he's sitting there, not saying anything. She just sort of looks a bit frustrated and says, "All right, put him back in the cell." So the guards come in, take him back out.
They give up easy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they don't torture people. It's weird. So the guy leaves, and she says, did you learn anything there?" Looking at you 2.
Learned he didn't want to say anything. I mean, I kind of didn't figure you'd say anything.
Well, always got to try at least.
I guess we learned that the men on the boat don't know. Even the captain doesn't know what's really going on. Or
Oh,
lying
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
to get help.
Yeah, they're definitely lying to get help.
Yeah, I suppose it means they have a need for boats. Maybe they've exhausted their kidnapping supply in home.
Maybe.
She says,
Maybe you're gonna have to start checking cargo on boats.
She says, I've already sent people out to post up signs. You'll probably see them around town. That's all we're gonna do for today. If you guys learn anything that you'd like to let me know, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
I'll go
learn
into
anything new.
detail and I'll explain the power that the Empire has with the artifact. I won't go into details about the second artifact that we're getting for Yarl, but I'll go into detail about how the Empire has the artifact, what they're doing to the Tabaxi.
That's as
on
far
that
as we
island.
know. Oh, the artifact thing, we don't. That's not like a fact we can prove, is it?
No,
Maybe not,
we
but
just it's hearsay.
I'll
for
give
us.
her what our hunch is on it, I guess, and I'll tell her about how they have the capabilities to guard their ships somehow from damage. Even the tridents or tritons,
Trident.
whatever they're tritons, are afraid of them. They won't attack,
And she's like,
even from under the water.
whenever you mention Tritons, you kind of see, and Tabaxi, she's like a little confused, doesn't really know what those are.
They're cat people.
But she says, you're sure about all this?
We're fairly
We were
certain.
right outside of Ralea when it got eviscerated. We saw it happen.
She sighs as well. Thanks for the terrible news.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah.
I'll relay it up the chain. We're gonna have to. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is bad for all of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Attack.
She says, well, I guess you're free to go about your business. And then, like I said, if you happen to learn anything that would be of use to me here in Riverton,
Oh,
I'd
we're
be
also
appreciative.
We're also looking for what was the name of that thing? Something Dusk
Order of
from
Dusk.
Dawn. Okay, for Order of Dusk. We're also looking into the Order of Dusk. If you know anything about that, that would be
And we're looking for a man named Elias.
Alaris.
Alaris.
Alaris. Elias was close. Good job.
Let's see.
He's a drow. Should stick out like crazy around here.
She says, don't know anything about the Order of Dusk. There are drow that live in the city. I don't know any of their names actually, but
Racist.
he might be here.
What's the drow part of town? I would know that, right?
If a drow was trying to hide out in the city, where do you think they might go?
I don't know. It's the slums, I suppose. I mean, there are worse slums that I've seen, but it's the most heavily populated area of the city and probably the poorest. So a little easier to hide there, I suppose. But I don't see many drow there. Usually that's
We do
actually
have
mostly gnomes.
we have a drawing. I mean, you could take a look, and if you happen,
Yeah, I think I
to
have that
come
drawing
across
on me.
this person-
Sure, I'll have a look.
Yeah. I will show her my
She-
drawing.
She looks at it. Yeah, I don't recognize them. But again, I don't really know. I know that there are drow in town, but I don't know any of them personally, so
Okay,
I
well,
don't recognize them.
thanks for your help anyways.
See you around.
Well, yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ow.
And then we leave.
Maybe you can get her to get all the drow in town and line them up. So like
Be profiling the drow.
a profile. Is this? It's number 2.
Number 2, please turn to the side.
Call him John Drowman.
All right, so you guys are done there. You have a
Meeting tomorrow, right?
bit of a
Not
meeting
today.
tomorrow. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do for the rest of today? It's probably noon to 3 by now.
I'll go back to the inn and just kind of wait around, see if that guy shows up.
That's where Melmore's at. He's in there having a ale,
Yeah,
and
Beats in there too.
he's very depressed that he knows that they're probably not going to let him keep the ship that they fought on. So he's drowning his sorrows
We're
right
gonna
now.
become platinum runners from now on. Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check if you're looking for Alaris to enter.
I'm not looking for I mean, I guess I could, but I'm looking for that guy that I talked to who said he might come back with information.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for that guy as well.
Perception. Ooh,
Ooh,
bud.
You sit there for the better part of the day, keeping a pretty watchful eye out. Don't see any drow at all. Anything else? Any other business that anyone would like to attend to before tomorrow?
I'm all out of business to attend to.
If I have time, I'll go to that magic shop.
Okay,
I'll go to the magic shop. Hey.
sure. You can go there.
I'll go in. So I had a friend in here the other day. Trying to buy magic.
Oh, hello. Oh yeah, with the gnome. Yeah, your gnome friend.
He was trying to buy a magic sword.
Oh, that friend. He was your friend?
Kind of.
Acquaintance.
How much was that short sword that he was wanting?
Well, it would be around 5,000 gold, but it'd take a few days to get made.
If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and have it made.
Sure. You're good for it.
Oh,
You can put a
man.
deposit down if you like, but we've done enough business together. I trust you.
I'll put the gold down.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5,000 gold. And then she says, all right. It'll be ready in, probably take me 2 or 3 days to get everything together.
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
No problem. See you around. All right. Unless there's anything else, we'll go on to the evening and next day.
You need to have one of those. You need to like make a night cycle thing for your OBS that like goes black and then says the name of the day and then comes back. Day 3. Blah. That'd really get me immersed.
On your way back to the inn, I would say, Seraph, you do see some like small paper posters posted on like bulletin boards on your way back that basically just say if you know of any missing children or suspicious behavior, please alert the nearest guard or dockhand so that it can be dealt with. You get the sense, and there's like been a few more guard on the streets. You get the sense that Ringler
They're up in them
is
controls.
trying to lock things down before
Mhm.
it gets out of hand. Next day comes around. If there's anything else that you need to do, then let me know. Otherwise, you can just head over to your meeting.
I'm heading over to my magical meeting.
You go into the shop. She says, "Oh, good. You're back. He should be here any moment."
Wasn't he a drow? Is he a drow?
No, she is a gnome.
She is a gnome. Okay, magical gnome.
Yeah, the owner of the arcanery.
Well, yeah, her. I know her. I said that the enchanter.
Oh yes, he is a. She said he's a high elf.
Oh, okay.
So a few minutes go by. You can just like peruse around or whatever, and eventually, a high elf male walks in. It's got sort of like not. It's about shoulder length hair, but it's sort of out to the side.
Like a Lena kind of thing. Is that what you're talking about? Where it's
No.
kind of like.
Kind of like, well, it's like Matt Mercer, basically.
Oh, like 70s do?
Yeah, like it's just parted down the middle, about
Yeah,
this long. Comes in and he's got like nice looking clothes on.
I would suspect he's probably rich as hell.
He walks in and says, "Hello, I've brought the things you asked for." She says, "Oh, good." And then she looks over at you and says, "This is the man I was telling you about. This is Adrian." And he looks over at you and says, "Hello, you came to meet me."
Yeah, yes, I came to meet you. It's very nice to meet you.
He sets the things down on the counter that he was supposed to bring in, and she starts like counting gold.
Yeah, all the stuff.
She says, "Well, did you have some work for me? What can I do for you?"
I was looking for anyone who might have information on an order. The Order of Dusk. You heard of them?
No. Nope, can't say I have.
No?
Insight.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll an insight
Yeah.
check.
Let me insight.
Wait, who all's there? It's just Galahad, right?
It's just me,
Oh,
I
is it?
think.
No.
My insight's not... My insight's...
Oh, I came.
Not
I
great.
came with him to the
Tough to
magic shop
read.
today.
Oh, you did? You came with
Yeah,
me?
because I want to see about having something made. So I came with you.
God dang, everyone showed up.
Things you
say
should say
I'm-
before.
Yeah, I thought it was just me, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh wait,
I guess
I've
it's
got
just
all
him,
these people with
'cause I
me.
didn't say I was going.
I just assumed we were all headed over at this time.
I wasn't going.
It went from like a one-to-one meeting to like a, this is me, this is my party. If you don't tell me what I want to hear, I'm gonna beat you down.
I'm gonna say that just Galahad is there since no one said anything. You can convey all this back if you like.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then the rest of
that's
you can
fine.
show up there later. But for the meeting,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's just you.
And suddenly,
Especially
I
since
forgot
you were at a different inn, so you wouldn't have even.
known when. Yeah, I stay at a bougie inn.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bougie guy.
Yeah, tough to read.
Okay. Have you seen this person? And I show him. I create a little bust of the man we're looking for.
He looks at it and says, "No, can't say I have." And he looks over at I can't remember the shopkeeper's name. He looks over at her and says, "Is he about got me counted out there?" She's like, "Oh,
is
yep,
he-
almost."
Is he
She's finishing
squirming?
up.
Is he looking a little uncomfortable
Make one more insight check.
after seeing that head? Don't screw me, roll 20. Thanks.
Tough to read. I mean, maybe maybe he's just doesn't feel like talking to you. He just came to do his business. You aren't sure. And she's like, "Yeah, here you go, all done." He like puts it in his little coin purse and says, "Well, I've got some business to take care of. It was nice meeting you,
Galahad.
Galahad. I'll see you around." And he leaves.
Man, he's acting fishy. I might not know it via insight, but the way you're acting means he's acting fishy. I'll now, when does everyone
I would
show
say
up?
that that Galahad doesn't know.
He's acting very squirmy.
I will say that the shopkeeper sort of watches him leave and looks at you and says, "Sorry, he's normally very cordial," and that tips you off that there's something.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is. Maybe he was just in a rush that day,
Maybe.
but maybe not.
Yeah. I won't follow him, but I'll. Oh wait, I'll have my bird follow him. I say, caw. Actually, I don't say that. I don't have to do that. I telepathically tell my bird.
Okay.
I'm like,
Make
just hover above.
make a perception check for your bird.
What is the perception of a? I have a not a hawk. What do they call it? It's a. It's a hawk. It's a hawk. It's not a
Yeah.
falcon. I'm
You
thinking
get
falcon.
an advantage on perception checks, and it's like a +4.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I'm looking it up right now on roll20.net. Hawk.
.net.
Yeah, it's roll20.net.
Oop, there it
The
is.
hawk has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight.
Perception is
And it has a
+4.
perception of
Yep.
+4.
Joe called
man,
it.
Joe.
Joe's on the ball.
So I'm gonna roll a 2 20s.
Very nice.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Did you see he
Um,
won Best Actor for that
Did he really?
at Golden Globes? Yeah. And
Awesome.
it won Best Movie for a comedy or musical, and he won Best Actor for a comedy or musical at the Golden Globes.
Dang. What
It
a
is-
guy.
And whenever it won Best Movie, he thanked his new favorite up and coming co-star Rudy Giuliani.
Oh,
That's what he said.
what a boss. He's a really good actor. All right, anyways, let's not get sidetracked with the Golden
Um,
Globes. That guy. is he-
Say your
is he looking
bird follows him
squirmy?
well.
Okay.
Are you
Alright,
looking
yeah.
through him or just waiting for?
I don't think I can do that. Can I?
He
Can't
can-
do the
You
bird's
can
eyes.
within, I think it's 100 or
100
1,000
feet.
feet, 100 feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
I'm-
sure. I'll take a peek see.
Okay, so you're just sitting in the magic shop, blind and deaf.
No, I'll walk outside and sit on a bench or something.
Okay. Okay, and the way we've done it before is you can stay in it, but you can't. Once you pull out past 100 feet, you can't go back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just stay in there.
Okay.
In the eyeballs.
So you finish talking to her while you're
Yeah.
while your hawk tracks him for a while.
Yeah.
And then whenever you go through it, go ahead and make me a perception check for yourself.
Oh God.
Natural 20. So you're able to watch him. He's moving through just west. There's a busy street. He turns into an empty alleyway, and he's been looking back as he's walking.
Yeah.
And when he turns, you see him start to wave his hands around in the air a little bit, and then you can't. You're unable to. You pop back into your body.
Like he banishes my bird or something?
Just
Yeah,
spelled it.
you're not sure, but I mean, well, actually, with a perception check of 20, yeah, you recognize the motions and stuff. He banished your bird.
What a turd.
How
How would
He'll
he
be
even know
back
that
in a minute.
bird's there?
He rolled a really good perception.
Would he even know he was getting followed?
That's what the perception roll is for.
By a bird? Mm,
Haven't you ever gone outside and thought, man, that bird looks fishy?
yeah. I'm walking down the
The
road,
way
I'm like,
he's hopping his head as he walks.
The guy is obviously a wizard of some kind or something, so he knows magic.
that bird right there? That's a sketchy bird. Okay, yeah, sure. He banishes my bird. Alright. Fine.
About a minute goes by, and your bird, or actually probably 4 minutes go by, and your bird starts flying back to you. Once it gets within 100 feet, it's like, I was somewhere else.
Yeah. I say, don't worry about it.
I was in the
It'll be
Fae. It
fine.
was lovely.
I think they go to Astral Sea, don't they?
It depends. If
Banishment?
it's a Fae creature, then it goes to the Fae. So,
Oh, yeah, if it's not natural to this realm, it doesn't come back, does it?
since it's, I mean, after a
It's a
few minutes,
familiar,
you
so I
could
can
you could
bring
just
it
snap it
back.
back. You didn't kill it. You
Yeah.
just banished it. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess actually after a few minutes, you would realize that it's not coming back, and you could resummon it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
learn that.
Okay, well, he's definitely up to something fishy if he's like just checking to see if he's being followed by birds, for Christ's sakes.
So
well,
the rest
I'll
of
wait
you,
for my party to show up.
whoever's going to the magic shop to look for things.
Melmore
would be
is.
She had a couple days for that short sword, so I don't have a reason. I'll go to the library this day.
Okay.
Don't we all have sending stones to talk to each other now?
Seraph doesn't.
Yep.
Oh, the only okay, yeah, well, great. Pretty fantastic.
Yeah, you have sending stones if you would want to convey any information.
I suppose I'll just wait because the person I was going to talk to doesn't have one.
I mean, you could be like, "Hey, Beak, let me talk to Seraph."
Yeah. He's at the library though. Where's Beak?
Beak's
Hey,
sitting
Beak.
on the roof of the inn, just having a good time,
Hey Beak, where'd Seraph go?
whistling,
And Seraph,
singing.
you would know. I mean, you would all know that he had a meeting of some sort today, so you might be waiting around to hear. That's
Yeah,
up to
I'll
you.
wait around for him to come back, and then I'll go to the library.
Yep, I'll come back. Tell him everything I know. I say, I couldn't pinpoint it, but that guy was fishy. I even followed him and he banished my bird. I'm real skeptical of birds too, especially that one on the roof.
Melmore, what are you looking for at the magic shop?
Melmore is asking if they can get a wand of healing.
Wand of healing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have one right here on my Pathfinder sheet. Wand of cure critical wounds.
And 5e, it's just called wand of healing, I believe.
I'm
There's
going to
probably
look.
different ones for
I
higher
want.
levels.
I would love to get a wand of viscous globs, but that's never gonna happen.
Dude, if this was Pathfinder 2e or Pathfinder, I could be giving you so much stuff right now. I got wands for days. I'm like the Blackbeard of wands.
Hmm. Oh, that is not on my sheet. Let me look it up.
While you're checking that price, I'll go to the library with Seraph because I assume he's going to research some stuff, and let's roll these investigation checks, eh?
Sure. What are you looking for?
What are we investigating,
I'm
Seraph?
gonna be looking for more information on those artifacts.
Ah, yes. I
Uh,
do much investigation.
okay, you can look for that. Go ahead and roll investigation checks, the two of you.
What about history? Same thing. What the heck? Why is that?
Is it
My
black
My
for you
dice
too?
is black.
Yeah.
I made my dice black.
Um,
It's impossible to see. I gotta change it.
Wait. Oh, did mine not roll?
I just... That's funny.
Like it rolled and then it didn't. 18.
Hey, you rolled a 24 on investigation.
Oh, okay. 24. I see it. All right.
yeah, you investigate this library thoroughly, but are unable to find anything about those artifacts.
We need a better library. We need the hidden library. Where's the restricted section? You know, the one they don't let young wizards into? I need those books.
It's
I
got
want
the
that book that's gonna have a face
swinging
yelling.
doors.
Yeah. Back over there, that's the restricted section. We don't tell anyone about that. Got a big sign on top of it.
We have magic that does all kinds of stuff, but we don't have magic that will like alert us if someone opens this door.
Alarm? What's that? I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
I don't.
Oops.
I don't see wand of healing in the actual standard guides that we have. So, I mean, I can say
It's
no.
called wand of cure or something, isn't it? Wand of cure serious.
I'll
wand
look
of
it up.
cure moderate.
Oh, there is not.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
there is one in
I
5e.
don't think there is now.
Mm.
Yeah.
There is a staff of healing.
Yeah, not a staff.
Let's see.
I need a wand of healing. You're a cleric.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't have any healing spells.
What?
I have one that takes 10 minutes to cast.
You what? You have cure wounds. You can prepare whatever you want every day. Let's
I
see.
can't prepare.
I didn't know Jester was in the party.
Oh, only me and you got that.
Inside joke.
No, I don't have cure wounds.
I cast Toll the Dead.
And it doesn't work.
Oh no.
I got healing word, I guess, but
I suppose, Isaac, you could just take a staff of healing and shrink it to a wand.
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Actually, forget it.
Shows up. You got a wand of healing? Let me think
No,
about. No, never mind.
Forget
I
it.
got
I
a
don't want
halfling staff.
Yeah, like a halfling
this
staff.
one?
That'd be a wand for anyone else.
I mean, he's a dwarf and still small.
He's way taller than a gnome.
Yeah, they could. Sorry, they can do a. They could do like a. They could take a staff of healing and sort of shrink it down to a wand of healing if that's something you really want.
I don't even know what the staff healing does.
Look it up.
Beat can heal also, so it's not
Guess
really
what?
necessary that you have heals.
A dwarf is up to a foot taller than a gnome.
Up to a foot.
That's
Maximum
tall, dude.
difference. The shortest gnome and the tallest dwarf. There's a foot
Yeah.
difference. It's like less than the tallest human and the shortest human.
Well, you can't really have a. Well, I guess you could, like a little person gnome who's even smaller,
All right, sure, we'll do that. I can run it. It's,
or
Uh,
like a freak of nature, like 6 foot tall.
it's a little
dwarf.
more. It's a little stronger, but
So we could put that into a wand. It'd be roughly around 15,000 gold.
sure, I'll buy that.
What? You cast heals. You're a cleric.
Sure. You want to?
Can you get like a wand of spell storing and stick a heal in it?
She says.
Wouldn't that cost more? A ring
I
of
don't.
spell store?
All I have is heal. I don't have any healing spells.
I could swear you got cure.
I have
wounds.
healing word. That's it.
you can prepare any cleric
wounds.
spell at the beginning of every day, up to
No,
your
you
maximum number of prepared spells.
You can't. You have to learn. Like you can prepare the ones you've learned, but it's like a wizard. You can't.
No, as a cleric, you know all the spells.
Yeah, you
I
just
don't-
pray. You pray for them in the morning.
That's not how it read to me when I started doing this cleric.
That's how it works.
Okay, well
So-
if that's the case, then I don't need nothing. See ya.
Okay. So, okay.
Ah.
Yeah. I suppose we could do that. I called in my contact. You know what? Screw it. I don't want it. I just learned that I can pray to Jesus and have him give me different spells. She's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Anyone doing anything else?
No, I guess I'm done. What was that? What was that high elf's name?
Adrian.
Adrian. I'm gonna have to hunt him down, aren't I? What the heck is that?
Shit, that means I'll have to like put all my spells in the spell slots, like the book, so I
Yeah,
can
it's
prepare.
annoying.
That's
This giant
ugh.
list of things I have to go looking through. It's annoying,
That's
but it's
weird,
Adrian
much,
or
because-
Adrian?
much
weird,
better
though,
trying to
because
find them.
ADRAN.
when you level, it gives you how many spells you can add known spells.
I'll be right back.
So
That may just
doesn't
be a
make
roll 20 thing. Like it's not as good. D&D Beyond does it pretty well. So you guys know that Galahad found something somewhat interesting. What would you like to do? I guess we'll wait for him to get back to see if he wants to do anything.
No, I'm good.
Once I get done at the library, I'll go back and just meditate.
Okay.
And I'm really focusing hardcore when I do meditate.
Okay.
I'll go to that church,
The temple.
Lathander
Okay.
Church. Yeah, and I'll meditate there.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
16.
16. You sit there and you concentrate hard, and it feels better being in the temple, but still nothing. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm just looking around, probably looking at.
I'm just looking around. I'm like, look at all this stuff.
This is like the first time I've ever been to this giant city, so looking around, see what they got.
I thought you were like a worldwide super assassin. You never killed a gnome in your day?
You're an elf, right?
He's
I'm
a
pretty
half.
sure I'm a half elf.
Half elf.
If you want
Alright.
anything from me, I'm open.
What? What was that?
Hanging
no,
out
I'm done.
on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so evening comes
Whatever
around. Galahad, make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw? Are they trying to read my mind or dreams or whatever the heck it is? Wisdom saving throw.
Someone's scrying on you.
18. Even though that dice looks cocked, I'll take it.
All right.
I feel as though I'm being spied upon.
Nope. You don't feel anything.
Oh.
Um.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. A little time goes by, and everyone's going to sleep. Nothing else for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done for the day. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll maybe work on. How long does it take to convert spells to a different damage type?
What do we say?
What was that?
We'll say it's just the same as
It's like an hour per spell level or something.
yeah. Yeah. We'll say 2. Yeah. Whatever. We look it up, and I will tell you for sure.
That's in Tasha's, isn't it?
I'm just gonna treat it like a regular spell copy.
Oh, then it's I think it's an hour per spell level, unless it's your preferred spell. Like
Yeah.
if it's conjuration, I get a discount. I get an ink discount.
or 2 hours per spell level.
2 hours per spell level. Okay, yeah, I'll work on some of that.
Okay.
For the rest of the night. Other than that,
All
no.
right.
Everyone
Okay.
good?
Next morning comes around. Galahad, make me another wisdom save.
God dang. You don't notice this? You don't notice being scryed on?
Nope.
Well, I clicked it. Let's see what happens.
Natural 1.
Oh, natural 1. That's lag. It was cocked. Dang, roll 20 screwing me over. What's he seeing me do? He's seeing me hang out.
And then let's see here.
I hope he scryed while you were pooping or something.
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on? What's he do?
What would you guys like to do?
I will go pick up the sword if it's ready, or if not, I'll go to the library again.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll hang out with Seraph today.
Is there a different which library is going to? There's got to be more than one. This is a big A city.
I mean, there's the main one. There are some bookstores, but that's the only library.
There's not like a library of Gnome Congress that has better books or something.
I mean, you know that there's a big library in the capital, but as far as eclectic things that are not gnome specific, this is the best one in Kellan Islands.
Oh. Okay. Well, dang.
And you feel like you guys like searched pretty well for at least for that particular thing, and it's possible there just isn't anything on it at that library
Okay.
or in the Kenlan Highlands.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna find anything on that either in that library or anything like that. Do I know any? Is there like a college or some kind of institution around here that I might know some historian or something like that might be able to get me some information?
Mm, yeah, you could go
Okay.
talk to. There's like let's say there's some sort of college there. Uh,
It's a big city, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of genius gnomes. There's got to be some kind of like.
yeah, you could go talk to someone there. It's mostly like magic is not feared or shunned here,
Yeah, that's fine.
but it's also just not like it's in this town in particular. It's not really championed for lack of a better word. They use magic in their stuff, but it is largely to support the mechanical things that they make.
Yeah. More like artificer type stuff.
So there are like some minor magic users, and like those the I don't know if Beak told you or not, but the kids that were if there were a kid that was magically inclined, they wouldn't be shunned or anything for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, like,
you could
you
say
know,
that there's like
a magic expert at a college is like like a professor of what English literature. It's just like something worthless that he's really good at.
Yeah, I'll say actually there's no college here, but there are lots of. They're not colleges per se. They're more like tech schools.
Universities. Oh, no, okay. Okay, yeah.
Like masters and apprentice type thing. Not like places where you go to study, but you go to learn a specific trade.
Okay. But this is one of the bigger cities in the area, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's someone who has some kind of
I would say
knowledge
you know
about-
that there are people who pride themselves on their knowledge of history and stuff, but they're not public figures. Like there might be some people on the Ratcheton side who are like snobbily into themselves for knowing about history, but they're not. You wouldn't know any of them by name or anything.
Oh, well, I'll try the college thing first, tech school, see if they know anything about, artifact, any of these orders or anything like that.
Okay. So you don't even have to roll. You would know where to find the different places. You would talk to them about, as far as the artifact goes, the gnomes that you would talk to would be interested. Just
It's almost
because
like
of
an infused magical item, yeah.
right. So they would be interested in it based on the way you would describe it. It sounds the way that it sort of fits together. It sounds mechanical.
Yeah.
And magical, so they would be interested, but they would not know anything about it.
Could I potentially commission one of them to do research on the topic?
You can certainly try. So
I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Find one that seems really interested in it when I explain what it is,
Okay.
and then that person, because if you're people who are passionate tend to find stuff better. So if he's like, oh wow, I'm really into this, I'm like, listen, I will pay you X amount to look into this topic for me.
Okay. How much are you offering to pay?
I don't know what's considered a good salary in this world.
The guy that
I don't want to overpay.
The guy that you're talking to he's like a up and coming tinkerer of sorts.
Okay.
And you've talked to some of the head tinkerer type people, and while they seem interested, they're already got their path set out.
Yeah.
So this guy is fresh and interested.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could probably offer to pay him. Just how long do you want him to look, and how much do you expect? That's what he wants to know.
Well, in until you find something about it. Do I know the name of this thing?
Nope. As far as you know,
No.
it doesn't have a name.
Haven't I seen a piece of it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. If I've seen a piece of it, I'll give him a starting point. I will conjure up a duplicate of the piece that I've seen.
Okay.
I'll say, this is what I'm looking for. There should be multiple pieces that fit together in some way. I'm sure you can determine that based on the shape that I've just shown you. I would make a drawing of that because it'll disappear in an hour. And you never told me what like a decent rate for.
I mean,
Like,
you're
let's say like a couple
for-
of months. Like this is a research project. I'm paying for like a research project.
I would say you would know that between the difficulty that you yourself have had finding this, there is a possibility that he doesn't find anything.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
you would probably offer him between 1 and 10 gold to look into it, and then say, if you do find anything else, I can pay you more.
There we go. That's what I'll offer him.
Okay, what number between 1 and 10 are you going to offer him?
I'm feeling generous. I'm like, listen, man, I'll give you 10 gold to look into this. If you find anything, I'll give you 10 more gold.
Okay, he says,
And if-
well, sure. Yeah.
And if you find out a lot, there'll be a good bonus for finding out quite a bit of information on like what this is, how is it activated, how does it work, that kind of thing. If you can find that kind of stuff, big money.
Sure, yeah, I can look into it. I mean, I can't promise anything. I'm still very busy apprenticing, but I mean, I'm interested, so I'll look into it.
Good. Thank you very much.
He takes your 10 gold and goes about his day.
Hey, Isaac, why don't you give me a name?
His name is
Jeffrey.
Mirin.
Mirin.
Yeah.
Like the rice, like Japanese rice wine? Mirin?
Mirren.
Oh, had to spell it weird.
You give him 20 gold, you can name him whatever you want.
Yeah.
Write that
No
down.
joke.
El Jefe.
This is a chance for Blabberwonk or whatever it was earlier.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was. Gobblewinks.
Glabragook.
Yeah. You know, I don't think I've ever commissioned anyone in D&D game. That's a first. That's a
now
first
you
for
can't
me.
say that.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, we should just we should commission folks for our quests too.
All right. Hey, I'll pay you to go do this thing for me.
Really, I'm real busy. I'll give you 10 gold to go do this thing. They're like, oh wow, yes, of course.
So we should just open up a like an adventurers guild. People can come in. We'll pirate.
Start an adventurers guild, rank people.
Anyone else doing anything? Are you meeting back up with the party at any time today?
I mean, I'll try to meet up with them once to like. I don't want to tell everyone that I've got a guy researching this topic. This is like a side thing.
Okay.
Because I know that they all trust what's her name, Urel, and I'm less convinced.
Beak isn't quite as convinced either.
But I don't want to tell Beak because Beak's kind of an idiot.
So you're all meeting up at some point?
I'll meet up with everyone just to like touch base, but otherwise, like I'm not going to. I'll pull Seraph aside and be like, "Listen, I'm paying a guy, paying a tinkerer to look into this and see what he can get on this. I'm not wanting to tell everyone, but I've got a guy looking into it.
Okay.
This is a sly on the side kind of thing.
If you need me to throw any money in for it, for more information, just let me know.
I might, because I told him I'd pay him a lot if he found out how it worked and everything.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about money. I just want information.
Fantastic.
And
Maybe.
Sarah, if you feel something is off, make a perception check for me.
Oh yeah, I was being scryed. I probably shouldn't have done all that. Oh well.
18?
Oh wait, scry doesn't last forever.
You are able to suss out that someone appears to be following Galahad.
Tell me that a-hole could see a bird following him, but I couldn't spot a guy following me. Dang it!
How far away is he?
Let's see. Are you guys? Where did you meet him?
I suppose like outside their inn or something like the inn they're staying
He's
at.
probably maybe like a little less than a block away.
Can you like spot him?
just-
Can you like point him out to me?
You just noticed that he like was walking after as Galahad approached you, you realized something was off, and then you realized in hindsight there was someone that was walking that same direction who has suddenly stopped. And appears to be like, and every time Galahad starts to move away, he sort of acts like he's going to follow.
I'll go, Galahad. Keep walking that way for a second.
Okay.
Telling him to keep going, and I'm gonna go the opposite way, towards the guy.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna walk straight at him. I'm gonna try to make it seem like I'm not even paying attention
Okay, you walk
until I
past
get
him. You see
until I get pretty close.
you as you walk sort of towards him, he's not making eye contact with you. He's just acting like nonchalant, trying to look around. It appears to be a human male in like poorer clothing, sort of rags type clothing.
Is he like sitting on a bench or anything?
Right now he's walking. He's gone on to continue nonchalantly following Galahad.
I will start to follow him.
Okay, are you going to stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, go make a
Did you
stealth
tell
check
me
for
he was following?
He didn't say anything. He just said keep walking that way.
8.
Well, I guess there's still a chance that he rolls really low. Let's see.
Would he be paying attention to people following him if he's following me? Is there a disadvantage on that check? Is what I'm asking.
Go ahead and make another perception check, Seraph.
Perception. 19.
He realizes you are following him, and you can tell. He tries to lose you.
I will catch up to him as soon as he tries.
Yeah, he
And
like
I'll,
turns.
I'm trying to
keep up
grab
with
him.
Okay. You do
He's a
eventually
monkey, he'll
catch up
catch
to him. And just as you do, make me hold on a second. He ducks into like an alley.
Do I see this happening behind me? A golden boy chasing a poor man down an alley.
Depends.
look like a
Whenever
gold
Seraph said walk that way, what did you do? Did you just leave, or did you?
I
what
think
did you
that's
do?
a weird request, and
That's
then I walk
fair.
down the
That's why
road.
I'm asking you. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. I mean, I'm not like.
That's how he caught on.
I'm just
He,
thinking
he
that
kept Galahad kept looking back.
I'm looking back like, what's he doing? Why am I walking this way? I didn't even want to go this way. I don't even like this street that much.
Okay. Well, I'll say this then. You would have noticed Seraph trying to be stealthy, and then make a perception check to see if you could tell where he
I would
tried
definitely
to
notice
get
if
shook.
he broke out
or
in
to
a
get
full
shook.
sprint, right? He's gonna try to sleep this guy. Let's see. Perception. Where you at? Perception.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay, so yeah, you saw the guy sort of duck into an alleyway, and Seraph starts like chasing after him. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run back that way. I'm gonna help him.
Okay, go ahead and say Seraph make a wisdom saving throw.
14.
You are paralyzed.
Do I get around the corner and see the guy?
I'm trying to think how far away you would be.
I don't walk that fast. I'm a gnome.
So you are paralyzed, and he just walks up to you, says, "Why are you following me?" And then about that time, Galahad, you turn the corner. And then I
Okay.
need you. As soon as he sees you, I need you both to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Both? What?
Ugh, 10.
You are both
9.
paralyzed, and he sprints away.
What? You're telling me he was watching for me around the corner as he was interrogating him?
He just saw you and immediately recast his spell. And lucky for him, you guys both failed.
Do
So
I
he had a
notice
wicked
any of
fast
this?
reaction.
Can we talk whenever we're paralyzed?
I'll have my bird follow
I
him,
don't think you can.
but I can think. So I'm gonna think my bird into following him.
You cannot move or speak.
Well, his birds are familiar, so you don't have
Yep, I don't have to speak. Whoa. Is he
telepathy.
frozen?
He
For a
speaks
second
to
he
he
was.
speaks to familiar through telepathy, so you don't
Yeah,
need to speak.
I'll telepathically tell my bird, get that guy. Caw-caw.
Okay. So,
I have a question. Do I see any of this happening?
no, because Galahad went to
we're not-
talk to Seraph only.
Yeah, we're not there.
So as you do that, let's see. I'll give him a chance to follow. Make a perception check for the hawk. So with advantage and +4.
Oy.
Oh, not great.
11.
He is
13.
he's unable to keep up with him in the crowd. A short amount of time goes by, and you guys are no
Okay.
longer paralyzed.
Yeah.
And Galahad, I would say you would know that that spell did not last the full duration.
Okay.
I'm gonna just start running after it and seeing if I can spot him.
Make a perception check.
I guess I'll go help him.
Perception. Gah.
If you're
where's
helping,
my
you can also roll, or you can assist. Either way.
Where is perception?
I have
What's
a
your
+5
perception?
to
All right, yeah,
perception.
I'll just give him advantage.
None of this happened near our inn, did it?
Fantastic. I should have just rolled
Um,
myself.
I'm sitting on the roof.
Yeah, he said it was out in front of the inn.
Yeah, I was out in front
So
of the
you
inn.
would, I guess.
Of our inn?
Yeah.
So you would have
Yeah, I see.
seen, because you're always sitting on top of the roof. That's right. You would have seen them come up, like Galahad and Seraph talk, and then Galahad starts walking off. Seraph walks the other way, and you would have seen Seraph start running. Galahad turn around and go around the corner, and then you wouldn't have seen them anymore unless you went to follow. And you would have, yeah, that's about all you would have seen.
Yeah.
Well- If you'd be looking that way, go ahead and make a perception check, and we'll see if you see the guy run away. Yeah, that's probably high enough. You would have seen the guy run away, dart into a different alley, and then that's the last you would have seen of him.
Okay. He ran out of the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on my friends.
As you get there, they're just they just come out of the paralysis.
Okay. I'll check them for wounds first off.
No ones.
But
Oh,
Fine.
yeah, we're fine.
Fine.
We
Just
just
come
got
on.
paralyzed.
We gotta find this guy.
Then we'll-
running man.
Running man,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll point and lead him that way to the alley that he went to.
Good eyes,
We already-
beak, and then I'm
we are-
just
we-
sprinting.
We already failed our check, so you want to look beak?
So you can show him where they went, the alley that they went to, that he went down.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a survival check. See if you can track.
I know how to do that. Yeah, a little bit.
Dang, you got a pretty good survival.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you see if you can see the footprints going in, since you already know what you're looking for. Once they turn in there, it is difficult to find them exiting again. There's a lot of foot traffic going on just outside that.
Okay. I'll ask, like, who that? What?
I don't know.
Who dat?
Who dat?
Who did it look like?
No one you recognize. It was just a human, like a common-looking.
Oh, I know what he
Knox.
looks like now.
Yeah, this was different than what you saw before. The person you saw before was a high elf. This was a human.
Does this have is this continue through, or does it have an end to this alley? And is there doorways or anything?
It's a dead end.
Okay.
I would say there's probably a door, but it's shut.
If he ran into a dead end, and he's not there anymore,
I'm gonna
detect magic.
I'm gonna summon 8
Okay.
wolves.
Whoa.
8 wolves.
Okay.
Yep.
Jeez.
That's 8 perception checks with perception.
Oh boy.
For smelling, you're right. What a genius move. That's a big brain move right there. I'm
Pete
gonna
doesn't know how to
detect
do
magic
that.
still.
Beak knows animals. He doesn't know people, but he knows animals.
Do I get anything on detect magic?
I mean, there are some basic magical things around the buildings and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Nothing out of what you would consider the ordinary within. It's 30 feet, right?
I have it right here. I'll tell you.
Okay.
It is 30 feet for detect magic.
There you go. Yeah. 30 feet.
How am I gonna do this? 8 wolves. Okay. Make. I'm not gonna have you
Like
roll 8
Karen.
dice. Just roll perception with advantage. And add as if you were proficient in it. I don't know if you are or not, but-
they have their own skills. Their
Okay.
Perception's plus 3.
Well, I mean, you can add a little more than that since there's 8 of them. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Rather
You said
than
with
rolling
advan-
8 dice, we'll just
with advantage. that we
boost
said?
it a bit.
So what's 3 times 8 and add that?
I rolled 1,000,000. I know exactly where he is.
Natural 20!
Natural 20.
Okay, so you start following the trail. The wolves catch a lead. They start taking off.
Like a
As you
sled team
get
here.
as you're following the wolves, like they're all glowing with magic, with your detect magic still up.
Yeah.
And up ahead, you can see there's a person that has a magical aura about them. It appears to be from the illusion school of magic. And are the dogs like barking?
I don't see why they wouldn't be.
So the dogs start barking. He turns around and sees the 3 of you and 8 wolves, and he starts running.
Person.
I'm sprinting
Running
down.
Where,
I
running
will
where, though?
use.
We're in,
I'll use a key point to step of the wind, so I'm even faster.
it's a dead end, though, right?
Do what?
It's a dead end, though, right?
No, this is out of the alley. The wolves found him. They went back to the street and started walking.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Hold person, baby.
Okay. You're gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you got into within 30 feet, you would have.
I'm gonna tell the wolves to get him.
What is the DC on that?
It would be whatever my spell save DC is, which is something. Low power on my watch. It is 16. Wow, I feel like that should be higher. Well, I have a 20 intelligence. Shouldn't it be like 17?
He does not save. So, as you guys are starting to chase him, Seraph takes off. You cast Hold Person. He freezes,
And I'm there.
and Seraph is right on top of him,
Fantastic.
and he's held for a minute.
Up to a minute. Yep. Yeah, you should know. You use this spell, and we killed that necromancer.
He just used it on you too.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing?
I'll try.
Catching up to him.
I'll try and just tie him up.
You're gathering an audience at this point with all the wolves and they're running through the streets.
I say you should probably let the wolves go.
I told the wolves to get them.
No, tell them not to get them. Dismiss the wolves.
They'll guard.
I say it's probably not best to have a bunch of wolves out in public. Beak, we're in
Why?
a city.
They're nice. They listen to me.
Yeah, I know. But
I command the wolves to just kind of guard us.
You are
see
being
the-
surrounded by some spectators now at this point.
Okay. The wolves will be kind of our.
no, that's not.
I go pet one.
Little boy comes out from the crowd. And, can I pet?
Okay.
And his
I
mother
spin
grabs
this.
him and pulls him back.
I'm gonna spin this. He's gonna go up and deal with the guy who's held, and I'm going to kind of try to convince the crowd that it's like a show of some kind. How about that?
Make a
I'm just
performance
protect-
check.
I'm protecting our backs.
Like
Not
like
an eye on things.
it's an impromptu wolf petting zoo kind of thing.
It's a flash mob. Flash mob
Yeah.
wolves.
I have that position of privilege and I have all that stuff. So
Make a performance check. We'll see if how many people believe you.
I'm not good at performance. Should it be persuasion?
11.
11 for-
People are standoffish. No one is like, yay! Everyone's like, what is happening?
I mean, I have that, right? Shouldn't that help me?
I mean, people
bit.
aren't afraid of you, but they don't think it's a show. They're freaked out that there are wolves on the street, but they aren't like screaming for guards or anything. They're just
Like, these are magical wolves. They won't hurt anyone.
so people are like, okay, but you're gathering more and more attention though. More and more
Yeah,
people
I know.
that are
I'm trying
walking
to get big.
around.
Beak
I'm
won't
gonna
listen
try to
me.
move this guy into an alley.
Yeah, you can do that. It's just half movement speed, so yeah, it's not a problem.
Is there anything else I can do to like distract these people? Can we make the wolves dance? I say, Beak, can you make the wolves dance?
Okay.
Start doing the
Yeah, the
shaman
World of
ghost
Warcraft.
wolf.
Yeah.
People are like,
And I,
yay!
I'm gonna make sure that his hands are bound to where he can't cast
Okay.
his
Is
hands.
he invisible
Well,
still?
He wasn't invisible. Doesn't
Wasn't-
look.
yeah.
He's not human anymore though.
Oh.
He's now.
We'll have these
he now looks
wolves
like a
kinda
half
like-
elf.
Kind of like dancing around us, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like cheering this thing on, dude.
It
Okay,
was
so-
me the entire time.
And I'll
You guys
use
just
I'll
did not
use
know.
I'll use some illusion magic to like really amp it up, make it look real good. I think I have.
Meanwhile, I'm watching our surroundings.
Okay. Make a
At the Legion
perception
of
check.
Doom.
Am
I
I
have
noticing
minor
this crowd?
illusion, and I thought I had major illusion, but I don't.
Everything seems normal, other than what you're doing.
How long do they stay out? Forget. For an hour. I'm keeping them.
You're gonna keep the dogs for an hour?
Another little boy comes out of the crowd and says, "Are you Beak?"
I say, yes, this is Beak.
And he looks back. He looks like at his parents, and his parents like. And he's like, "Can I pet?"
Aye.
So he reaches over
Might
and pets
bite.
the dog. It's like, it's Beak. You get the feeling that
parents-
the story has already traveled through the local children's social circles.
I look at Galahad and I say, "That was perfect, Beak."
I see these kids. The kids are interested in Beak, right? And they're trying to convince their
Beak
parents
and
that
the
everything's
wolves,
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes, this is Beak, savior of the children.
Savior of the children. Don't
That's
ham it
right,
up too
yeah.
much.
He's got cheese puffs and Laffy Taffies.
Eventually, like, people just start, okay, and they start continuing to go about their day. A few of the children, like a few kids, stick around and like pet the wolves, but
Okay,
everything seems to be
eventually-
going back to normal.
if people are stuff going
Within,
back to normal, I'm like,
like
let's get
30,
rid of these
45
wolves.
seconds.
Let's get
Hang on,
rid of
hang
these
on. I have a
wolves.
question. Would I have noticed this giant crowd next to this alley?
No, this is like a few blocks. This is a little ways away from the inn that you were in.
Okay.
The only reason Beak saw it is because he always sits on the top of the inn.
Okay, I tried to convince Beak to. I'm like, listen, Beak, we gotta get rid of some of these. We gotta get rid of the wolves.
What if there's more?
There won't be any more. It'll be okay.
No, it'll be okay.
No, Then you
I-
stay
I-
here.
I have the wolves. I'll give them like the sad puppy dog eyes.
I'm not phased.
You have to roll a Constitution save on that.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm like, listen, Beak, just wait here while I go deal with Seraph in our mystery friend.
Okay, I keep you safe.
Okay. So I run.
Me and the wolves are on patrol.
Oof.
We call ourselves the Paw Patrol.
The Paw Patrol. I know that show. Don't. I have nephews at that age.
Eric's like, I
So-
watch it every day.
I watch it every day. It's my favorite show.
I would say as you this has been about like 45 seconds, so as you come around to the alley Galahad,
Yeah.
you know that your hold person is about to wear off.
Yeah. Okay. I'll inform Seraph. I was like, the paralyzation is gonna wear off real soon.
I got another way. No, I'm just kidding. Punch him.
Punch him in the gut.
Stunning strike.
We have his hands tied up, right?
Yeah, I tied his hands.
Okay, good. Actually, I'm not
You-
that evil. But
As
I am
the-
happy that he's not gonna be able to cast.
As your hold person wears off.
And I'll be holding on to him.
Okay, let me check something real quick.
Duct tape his mouth. Stuff a sock in his mouth. Because if he's a sorcerer, he'll still be able to cast. I have outside knowledge.
You still have.
Well,
Oh,
as
yes,
a
okay,
wizard, you know
points.
that there are some spells that are only verbal.
Well,
Not many,
I'll
though.
know to stuff his mouth then, right?
Is there anything outside of like a cantrip that's verbal? That's only verbal?
Only verbal. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know that.
Yes, there is. Although it is a spell that you don't know yet, so I don't know. You would know that there are spells, but you wouldn't necessarily know which ones.
Stuff his mouth with a sock.
I mean, yeah, he starts saying things. Just
It's too late,
Give-
Eric.
give him
You
a
weren't
fat
there.
lip.
Well, he
I
turned the
got around
corner and
I-
informed
yeah,
you
I
that it's
still,
about to expire. So
Yeah, I had about. I had like 20 or 30 seconds.
I'll say
Oh,
you
okay.
have 15 seconds to do whatever you want to do.
I'm going to. He's got his hands tied, and he's like,
Mhm.
I'm sure he's giving me the stink eye. I'm gonna cup his. I'm gonna put something in his mouth. I don't have silence. I don't think. I wish I had silence.
You gave away your plan too early, Isaac.
It's fine.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just do that.
What are you doing?
Stuff his mouth
With what?
with a sock.
Okay. The whole person wears
Oh,
off.
just a sock you found in the alleyway.
He spits out the sock,
Yeah. no, you
and
can't.
he
spit
begins
out the
to he
sock.
begins to say some words.
I smack him.
I'm gonna get my fingers and go
Right in his
jam him
mouth.
right into his mouth. He goes,
He
Bite your
bites your
finger
fingers. I'll say you bite your fingers, and I'm not gonna even have him roll because you stuck him in his mouth. You will take 3 points of piercing damage.
Hey,
Punch him.
points.
He bit down hard. He's
That's
Desperate
half of a
person.
sorcerer level 1. Hit
How
points.
tall? How big is the alley we're in?
I'm just gonna grab his mouth and go stop.
Like
now.
cup his mouth like that.
so he's like, what do
Yeah.
you want?
Why are you following my friend?
He looks. You better make a intimidation check.
We're gonna do good cop, bad cop.
Ooh, 22.
Oh!
He looks at the two of you and he came. Why are you looking for me?
Oh, is this the guy we're looking for? I thought he was a drow.
Well,
She
you
did
see
say
him
he
in
may-
3 different forms right now, and the latest
Okay.
one you saw him in was illusion was an illusion-based spell.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna loosen up my hand and I'll go.
And you can tell, by the way, that this, like, the form is very tight.
Yeah.
But it's not his natural form when you touch him.
Ah, yes.
I'll
And I'm
pull
very good
I'll
at the
pull my hand
illusion.
back a little bit and I'll say,
Whoa.
we brought back Tayona.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion. Yeah, 22.
He looks at you and says, Teona is alive.
Yes, she sent us to find you.
Who killed her?
I don't know that. Or I probably do. I just wasn't there that night.
Say you did and stab him.
She said it was, who did she say it was?
She said it was just like a band of humans.
Just a band of humans.
And between your conversation with her, you pieced together that it may have been Brotherhood of Men, but she wasn't sure.
I'll relay that. We think it's the Brotherhood, but we don't know.
He says, I don't know who the Brotherhood is. Why would humans attack her? She lives out in the middle of nowhere.
Do you know Beak, the Birdman?
I don't know. When he looks over, is Beak there? Have you come back
No,
around the
Beak's,
corner?
he's
I'm
out with the
in the
wolves.
street.
He said, I don't know any birdmen.
Watching.
No.
Tayona found Beak and was training him and mentoring him. And I guess at some point Beak went and stole something and he was followed back to where she was staying. And I guess one thing led to another and a bunch of them showed up and killed her.
Teona sent you, then you have nothing to fear from me. Can you release my hands?
Yeah, I will.
He starts like rubbing his wrists.
And I'll say, if you can talk to her right now, just give me 1 second. And I'll yell out for Beak. Beak has the one that's to her.
He says, no need. And he starts doing some sort of spell. Galahad would recognize it as sending. And he says, Teona, are you alive? And then a few seconds pass. And he looks at you. It appears you're telling the truth.
Well, if you need to do that, why do we need to persuade him?
Because you weren't letting him cast anything.
Well, well. I didn't want him.
She wanted us to make sure that you were okay.
Fine for now. But you're
What's
drawing a
been
bit
going on?
more attention to me than I would like to have.
Well,
Wait, don't be shady
why don't we go
about it.
find a better place to talk and we'll talk there.
I have
Alright.
a tower.
You can go to my home. And he takes you.
Sounds good, boss.
Are you going to Beak? They're walking out the alley that way.
I would
Call Beak.
have gotten Beak.
Hey, Beak,
Yep.
let them dogs go. Let's go.
Okay.
He's
I'll
friendly.
walk. I'm gonna leave the dogs there. But I'm gonna walk with them.
Are they still dancing?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I hate that bird guy. He takes you to a different part of town. It's not the poor part of town where the constable had thought maybe that's where you would hide. It's a reasonable part of town.
Before we have this meeting, you want to do a pee break?
Sure. Do a pee
All
break.
right, fantastic.
We'll be right back.
Hey, David.
All right.
I had to
We
study
are
it.
back.
Are we back already?
Yep. Okay, so Adrian leads you to Alaris leads you to his house where you can have a chat. It's a small house. It's very Spartan. And you walk in, it's just a single room. It's clean and it's nice, but there's nothing
So
in there
this
like a
guy
bed
and the
and a chair.
enchanter are the exact same person.
Oh, this is the elf that was in the mega shop?
Yeah, I would say that you could put that together.
Well, especially since you just said his name was Adrian.
I didn't put it together, but I did now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So as you get there and close the door, he drops this thing, and you can see the drow visage that is Alaris.
Haha.
He says,
Well,
"So you found me. I know Teona is alive. What do you want?"
We want some information on
Oh, yes.
the Dusk.
Order of Dusk.
Order of Dusk.
He says, "Well, I can maybe tell you some things. What did you want to know? Something specific?"
General information is probably good.
To start with.
Make a persuasion check, and you can have advantage since Galahad is assisting you.
Beak's there too.
Well, you can't have triple advantage, so and also you weren't saying anything. You're just standing there.
19.
I'm at 19.
Okay. He says it is it's an
We've
order
become pretty good.
of wizards that I once took pride in being a part of. But I stopped feeling good about what they were doing when I realized some things, and a group of us tried to leave, and I was the only one that survived.
Do you know if they're helping a different group called the Brotherhood of Men, or what about this artifact?
I told you I don't know anything about any Brotherhood of Men.
Okay, what about this artifact?
Just
I
show
explained to
him
him the
a
artifact.
major image or something.
Yeah,
And
I'll do like a
little-
conjuration. Yeah.
He looks at it and says, "Never seen it before."
Well. Okay. Mainly, we were just, checking on you for her sake.
What kind of deal were you making that you got her involved in?
It was
She just knows.
Well, since I know that it wasn't them who killed her, hopefully they either forgot about her or just don't know where to find her. I never told them where she was. I would served as the conduit. A while back, some of the order was approached by a human female, and she convinced them that they should be doing more to defend themselves against those who would come and take things from them. The Order, really all of the Underdark, all the Drow in the Underdark they like to stay to themselves. There are many aspects of our society that put up barriers between other people. And lots of defenses, if you will. The Order was one of those such defenses. But this human came and intensified those worries. Told them that they should step up what they're doing, or they're going to be overrun. It was convincing enough to make the leader do what she wanted to do, and they took it to a place that I believed was too far. They started bringing in children and using them to experiment with ways to boost magical essence.
They figured it out.
Yes, they did.
Do you know anything else about this human lady?
I did not meet her directly. I was only told about her.
Did she have a name? Did you know a name?
I overheard the name Brea, but I don't know.
Do I know anything about that in history?
Do you know a history check?
How do you spell that?
Breya.
22.
I can history
Nope.
that.
You wouldn't know.
I think about it real hard. 26.
Yep, still no.
Damn. I squint. Nope.
Wait a minute.
Did you
No.
did you
I
hear
don't
any
have anything.
did you hear any characteristics? What she might look like? How old she was?
The only thing I heard was red, like the iris of her eyes was very striking red.
She must have been very convincing to convince a bunch of drow.
Red eyes. Have I ever heard anything about red eyes before in my research or anything?
Make a history or arcana check, your choice.
History.
Ooh.
22.
Not quite enough.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check
Okay.
since you said that.
Red eye.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
She was
We can
just
always
able
look
to
into that.
get them to do whatever she wanted.
Ah!
As far as I can tell, she just convinced them there was no magical aura about them afterwards or anything. It was just to be fair, I don't think she had to say much. The person in charge was ready to do this already. He just needed the right push.
Okay, well.
Let me see. He would say... What did I say her name was?
Brea.
Breytha, sorry. Breytha.
Already wrote it down in pen!
He wouldn't have said the leader, he would have said Trailor. Trailor already felt that way, but he just needed the right push.
Trailor.
Drow led by a man.
Woman? What,
How
what was
strange.
his name? Trayor?
Trailor, Trelor.
Traylor.
Crap, that's wrong too. Trailor was a different person, also related to this story. But
Son of a...
keep making you write things down in pen. Hold on.
This is when Eric yells out in Darth Vader.
I even busted out my fancy pen to write notes, and you're really making me bung this up real bad.
Screw it. We'll say it's Trailor because I can't find it.
Alright, good. I
'Kay.
already wrote it down.
You're gonna regret this later. You're gonna look at your notes, and you're gonna have two names of different people, and you're gonna be very confused.
Seems like you've done this before. He says, yeah, they would, I started realizing that what they were doing to these children that they brought in. And I had to leave. A small group of us
Well?
decided to break off, but like I said, I was the only one to get away alive.
Well, dang.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I guess that's mostly it. We were just kind of looking. Oh man, I gotta sneeze.
Look at the light.
I'm holding it in.
Is there anything we can do to help you with your stay here? Maybe finding a better place to hide? I don't know.
As long as you are the only ones who find me, I'm fine.
You know, most of the time I do use a mechanical pencil, but I bought this fancy fountain pen. And I gotta,
Good. Fountain pens. I hate them.
it writes real nice.
I had a bad experience with a fountain pen in grade school.
Well, see, you don't have to worry about it because this one screws shut.
Mm.
Now the ink won't get out, even if it
I had one-
splooshes.
I was in high school and I was like, "Oh, check out this cool, fancy fountain pen." And one day I was sitting on my desk and I was just like twiddling it back and forth, tapping it like I always do. And I looked back at my hand, which is covered in it.
Ah!
I have a pen story from middle school too. You remember those G2 gel pens?
Mm-hmm.
I had a
think so.
friend who had one that wouldn't write anymore, so I like took it apart, the little ink pouch, and I was like blowing on it to see if I could get it to like go through. And I took a breath back in, and I still had and I exploded gel ink into my mouth. And I like walked up to the front of the room, to the back of the room where the teacher was, and I was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." She's like, "You can't go to the bathroom right now." And I went like a big old wad of black ink, and I was like, I got a lot of ink in my mouth.
Can't go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I got to go because of that. I was like, I'd really like to wash my mouth out. It tastes terrible. I have black teeth and like the whole mouth is black. Pen story over. That's it. That's the whole thing.
All right. Good
Kawiko
story.
classic if you're looking for a friggin' ball or fountain pen though. All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all we had to. We were just trying to find you for her sake. We didn't order the dust thing. That's just a separate thing. Although we did gain some knowledge that we didn't know before.
Do you know where we could find that order?
Deep in the Underdark. It
Okay.
would be unwise to try to get there.
Yeah, I
Not
don't want to go there.
impossible, but unwise.
To get to the Underdark, or just where
Yeah,
they're
some-
at in the Underdark?
Where they're at. Although it wouldn't be particularly wise to go to the Underdark either.
Well, some random human lady made it down there, no problem.
It's true. It was unwise of her, but it ended up working out.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it from me. Unless Sarah wants to ask you anything else.
Beak?
No.
Okay.
He would say, as an aside point, that the order does have a kind of like a surface garden that they use, which is how they met Bretha. But it is deep in the mountains, like within the mountain range, and difficult to get to.
Like in Rockholm, or?
Yeah, he would be able to tell you that it's like. Let me pull up my map. It is east of all the dwarf cities, and almost it's like north of the Kellen Highlands. There's like a big mountain range that sort of separates the dwarven area from the edge of the Kellen Highlands, and then the tip of the elfin area, and that whole mountain range is kind of the Underdark. And the surface garden is like far north and on the western side of that mountain range.
This is all about Funky Fresh here, right?
Let me look.
The fun part of Funky Fresh.
Yeah, a little bit to the west of that part is where That would be. That whole fun part of the Funky Fresh is like all the Underdark, and then the where the Dusk is headquartered is a little bit west of that F.
Well, I suppose we're done taking up your time. So, apologies and thank you.
Did you mention what the Brotherhood were doing?
Yes, I can now. Hey, how's it going? There's this Brotherhood.
Well, because I know
haven't
you
heard of
mentioned
it.
the Brotherhood, but did you mention anything about them?
I might mention that, like, when I hear what they were doing, I'm like, that sounds like what the Brotherhood are doing.
Okay. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he doesn't know anything about the Brotherhood, so he would just say he didn't know where that the kids were coming from.
Well,
We just saved a couple the other day.
yeah, yesterday. Yes.
Yes.
Is that what all down the dock? That's what that all was about?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if that's dangerous for me or not.
I don't think
there
so.
were no
It
drow
was just-
there.
No.
I'm probably fine then.
All right then. Well, yeah. I'm gonna let you go. I'll see ya.
So, you know what happened to Raleigh.
God dang it! I'm like that guy who's like edging towards the door, and I'm like, come on, guys. Grab the handle and pull it, and he's like, so about Raleigh, and I'm like,
I knew they were planning it, and I heard about it after it happened.
they were planning
So
it.
the Order of Dusk knew about it as well.
The Order of the Dusk is who did it.
Wait
What?
a minute.
We think it was the Brotherhood and the Empire.
We learned that from what's her face at the labyrinth, because she's a liar.
I mean, Yrel has told you multiple times she thinks that they are related, but she didn't know for sure how they were doing it.
She told us it was the Brotherhood of Men.
Well, she told you that the Brotherhood is taking kids.
What
And
if
that
which is
she's using
Which
them
was
to
Urel's whole deal, is to
build
save
weapons.
the children.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you didn't. I guess he would have mentioned that the kids that they were receiving were not Drow kids.
I think she pulled an
they
an
were-
Obi-Wan on us from a
they
certain
were-
point of view.
From a certain point of view.
Or she doesn't know. He would I guess he would have said that the kids that they were, because he said that they were receiving kids that they were working to pull the magic essence from, they were not Drow children. They were other humans and half elves and dwarves.
So we think now that the Brotherhood is kidnapping children, rounding them up, bringing them back to a central location, rounding them up, and then shipping them off to a bunch of drow? Are they
So,
selectively not racist
well,
towards
the
drow?
Empire could just. The
We should
Empire
maybe have
has
this
to know too,
brainstorming
right?
session out of this guy's house.
Maybe he
he
could
just
help.
says he
Galahad really wants to leave.
the order was he tells you that the order was planning the destruction of Raleigh, and he left before it happened, and then he
Too
heard
many
about the
free
destruction
vegetables, I understand.
after.
Are they friends with the Empire?
He sort of looks down for a minute. Unless Braitha is part of the Empire and they don't know it.
Oh. So Braitha works for the Empire,
She is
who's
a white
able
lady.
to control these group of super strong drow mages.
Hey, if the dream was any kind of close to real, then they got demons on their side too.
He would tell you he's... I don't know about control. It doesn't seem like there was any... I am a practitioner of magic. I know what to look for. I don't believe there was any magic use to control the leaders of the order. I think they were just convinced.
Could they have been won over if they were told, here's an ultimate weapon, do what I say with it?
Yes, they could have been.
Oh man.
This is
So we-
not good.
Well,
Now we have to untangle the yarn ball.
yes. Well, Daddy-O's.
So he sits there and thinks for a minute. If this is all true, it's possible I won't be safe anywhere. Not just from the order, but from what's about to happen.
What's about to happen?
Hey, what other
Seems that-
cities were they planning on blowing
it
up?
seems that tensions are rising in each nation.
Maybe he should relocate to Urel.
Do you know someone named Yarel?
No. No, I don't believe so. Is this a drow?
No,
Don't worry about it.
she's a
Furbolg.
a furbolg.
Oh, I've never met the furbolg.
I'm not. He can decide what he wants to tell him about that.
I'll tell him about Yarel. That she's looking for pieces of an artifact that she thinks is like the one that the Empire is using.
What's your
I'm not
passive insight?
My insight is I don't know how to.
Well, what's your bonus and just add 10 to it?
18.
Oh. Okay, so then as you start to describe this, you start to see like wheels turning in this guy's head. And although he left the order, he was once in it and has like that desire of knowledge and power is built into him. So I would say that you would start to feel a little weird if you continue to tell him more information about where these, like, basically where the headquarters is that is hidden.
I didn't want to tell him where the sanctuary was or
Okay.
anything. I just wanted to tell him about Yarel and her finding the pieces for the artifact.
Okay, yeah, you see those wheels still turning in his head, but he's very interested in that, perhaps a little too interested in it, but he doesn't know anything about it.
Well, maybe we can have a chat another day, but I'd rather not keep attention here on you. So we'll be leaving.
Very well. Don't take this the wrong way, but I hope to never see you again.
Good luck.
As it's,
I'll leave.
you as well.
Bye. Shut the door.
All right.
I think he's a dickhead, so I'm gonna put an alarm on his door so that when he opens the door, it goes off and everyone knows where he is. No. I do have the spell.
It just goes off in your head though.
You can make
Oh,
it.
really?
You can make it audible. You can choose
Okay.
in your head or audible.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
My name is.
Don't you remember, Michael? I had that alarm padlock made.
I thought it was in your head though.
Oh no.
I would
It's
say,
like a wee,
I would say
wee.
you probably thought about that, and then you thought, oh wait, he would definitely know if I did that. That's how you can now figure out that this is how he was able to figure out that your bird was a familiar. He's very practiced wizard.
All right, well, I suppose we scoot on out of there. We Scooty Puff Jr. back to the inn.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do? Where are you heading next?
I think we're done for the day, right? I'm gonna change some of my spells, and then I don't have anything else for the day.
I would just go back to the temple and meditate again, and then go back at night to sleep.
Okay.
And pick up that short sword.
His
whenever.
god. Do I know what his god is? Lathander?
Melmor
I
does.
mean, you would definitely have heard about it. You
Could I do
would
some-
know what is common knowledge about it.
Can I do some like research on it myself?
Sure. Are you looking for something specific, or are you just looking for general information?
General information, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, you would know. I mean, you wouldn't have to research that. You would know enough about it. Being a diplomat, you have a fair amount of knowledge about common religions.
I'm also trained in religion.
As far as general knowledge, you would know that it's just like god of. Well, Joe would probably know better than I would, but.
It's like the
God.
god of the sun.
Yeah.
And hope.
Oh, god of the sun, like Ra, like Egyptian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ra.
Okay.
I have a spell, Seraph, that
He already could talk to him. He's like
he
the
hasn't
dude's-
been able to though. That's the
I
problem.
know, but he's like the dude's illegitimate child. I'm sure he could like phone him up. Hey, Dad, I need some help.
Ask your mom.
Ask your mom. I'm done with this crap. Yeah, I just get like general information about it, and like if there's anything, God of the Sun. What does that mean? They're just worshiping the sun? It's that kind of thing.
No,
It's just
he's
that
like
simple?
he was like a human who became like a champion of the world, and then like saved the world from calamity, and then became a god.
So he was a human. Did he die at some point? Okay, we'll get into that later. I'll ask you later, Isaac. Send me some background on this. I want to try to
Hey,
put something
listen,
together.
listen. All you need,
Plenty of
everything
background
that you need to
online
know
to
is in
search
here.
Lathander.
Oh, is it a known like
It's
D&D
a-
god?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
D&D god. There's plenty of online about it.
Yeah, as
Okay,
far
I
as
thought
in this
maybe it was
world,
one
I
that
mean,
was made
it's there's like there would be legend of him being a normal human and then ascending,
Actually, I believe it's a Forgotten Realms god.
Okay, so
but
whatever the
there's-
D&D says it is, that's what it is in your campaign for all intents and purposes.
pretty much there might be a few differences, but pretty much.
Okay.
I haven't read all of it, so
Okay, fantastic. I'll do whatever research I need to get information. Anywho, that's for later.
okay. Joe,
What now?
go ahead and make me if you're going to the temple. Go ahead and make me one more Constitution saving throw for meditation.
Hey. That's
20
pretty good.
in the temple. As you sit to meditate, you can see the winged outline. It's not as it's like almost blurry or staticky. And you hear the voice again. It says, it is taking a great amount of effort. War is coming. Do what you can to protect the innocent. And then it sort of and it goes away.
I'll pop out of my meditation, and I'll just start kind of silently crying.
Let's say that the guy that you had spoken to before sees you over there and comes over to you. Says, "Are you okay?"
I will be. If you don't mind, I'd just rather be alone right now.
He says, "Of course," and he goes back to whatever it was he was doing.
And I'll close my eyes and just kind of sit there, not trying to hear anything again, just trying to still my mind and calm down.
Yeah, you sit there for a while and are able to relax a bit.
I'll get up and I'll head back to the inn.
If no one else is doing anything, next day comes around. Sarah, if you can go, the sword is ready,
I'll go pick it up.
so you can pick it up. It's just a short sword, flame tongue, basically.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so here's what I think you should do. You should come back to the end, just swinging that thing around like doing. Check out this sweet new sword I got. He's gonna be like, no, my sword. Watch what it can do. It lights on fire. Found it in the street right over there.
It's just laying in the street, you know?
It was
It's
just
so
like,
weird.
yeah. Never seen nothing like it there, bud.
After I get it, I'll go find Cleroy.
Did you have his name engraved in it, but wrong? Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
That's the name of the sword.
Cleroy,
Yo.
here, and I'll toss it to him.
Don this weapon. I named it Leroy. Now you are the ultimate combo. Leroy and Cleroy.
Alright. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, I guess.
Alright, I guess. I mean, it's not cool, but like, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
I will
Thanks for spending
happily
5,000 gold on
take
me.
this. Thank you very
Oh.
much, Seraph.
I want to go have another sword made, and I want to name it Jenkins.
I'm gonna run around the corner. I'm gonna be like, "That comes with interest." 0.5% APR over the course of the 10-year loan.
You better find a way to that island, boy.
better find you a bunch of platinum there, boy.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the library and research on magic weapons.
Magic weapons?
How?
Yeah, just found like a book that talks about magical weapons.
Be a crap.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
He just wants an index of magical weapons so he can ask Seraph to buy them for him.
Look at his face. That's exactly what he wants.
What was it?
Investigation. I mean, yeah, with 11, you can find a book that mentions some legendary magical items at the library.
Okay, yeah, I'll just read up on that, I guess.
Yeah, it's almost like specific named items. There's nothing in there about having them made or anything. I'm trying to
Okay,
figure out how
does
to
it-
get that in there.
Does it say like how it was found or something?
No, this is more about the book with an 11. You find a book that tells about like ancient battles and how the items in them helped turn the tides of war and whatnot.
Oh man, I just struck gold. This is the most interesting book I've ever seen.
He's a
All right, so
lead
Flame Tongue
magic
is
item
now in
connoisseur.
your journal.
You didn't name it Leroy? I wasn't kidding.
You can rename it. But it is just a sword that when you speak the sword's command word, which you can make up, it causes it to erupt in flames, which shed bright light in a 40-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 40, and then the sword deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits.
What's your command word? Cool or
Leroy
whatever?
Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins.
Cool or whatever.
Cool or whatever.
Cool or something.
Cool or
That's what
something.
it was.
Yeah, cool or something. This. Oh man, you should have set all that stuff in place before you gave it to him. That way he has to scream Leroy Jenkins every time he wants his sword to light up.
As a bonus action, I yell, Leroy!
And then the sword goes, and we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta like, if you got a sword like that, you gotta like, I have the power. is what you need to check out now.
I have the power.
Particularly good if you're a rogue, where you have to yell a command word before you hit someone.
That's the best kind of magic
Do I get
item.
sneak attack? Did he know where I was? Yeah, he knew where you were.
His command
And he
word's
can't even
gonna be
he can't even do it
command
ahead
word.
of time because it would be on fire. I know a thing or two about being on fire. You never sneak anywhere like that.
Everyone's like, hey, look at that torch over there.
Look at that human torch over there.
All right, so you pick up the sword. If there's anything else you guys would like to do for the day, you can do that. You do notice that, or you would have noticed slash gotten word that they are Twin Cities, not the Kellen Highlands, but the Twin Cities is no longer allowing ships from the Empire, and because of that, no ships in dock are leaving for the Empire. The closest they will go is Katoon now.
Well,
There goes our ride.
We should have got our own ride.
Yeah,
know.
why didn't we go check on that boat? We didn't even
Never
try. You're all hopped up about boats, and then you didn't even try to get a boat.
let's go check on that boat.
You can
also have
check
been
in,
some-
and it's realize it is being basically confiscated as evidence right now.
There could have been some good Brotherhood of Men materials in there, but Beak was too dumb to come up with that idea.
Yeah, because you didn't think about it till right now. Get out of here.
I thought about it before, but Beak didn't care. He doesn't know any better.
Unless it was shiny and directly in front of him.
Mhm.
Where are we? Where are we going next? Because honestly, Melmore doesn't know anything. Nobody's told him anything.
I'll
Just
fill
left
you in.
no
he's just following you guys now. He's just like
He's not even sure he's in a party anymore.
Yeah,
It's been like a week in the inn.
he just spent
He's like,
the
"I
last
don't
couple
love
days
you."
just hanging out in the tap room of the inn. He knows nothing.
Yeah, do you guys want to fill in Melmore?
Yeah, we'll fill in Melmore.
Nope. I'm not telling you nothing.
That's what you get for complaining. Not telling you nothing.
If they tell you that, Melmore, you would put together that is a little worrisome because of the rumors that you had heard as you were leaving.
Right.
Jack.
Just to sing out my new sword, you know.
Swinging it around.
I think
He
I've already
stabs the
shared that
nearest patron.
information with the party about the rumors I heard. Right.
I think you did in passing, but I
Yeah.
don't think anyone cared.
I think we did while we were traveling, but nobody cared.
Did you ever come up with the command word?
You know what?
It's gonna
I
be
have
command
power.
word. So when he talks, I say the command word.
He's going for
I
a
say,
command phrase.
The command word, and you lights up.
Just get it in button form so you can just push a button on the side.
Yeah, that's way better. I'll install a magical button for him.
Yeah, see.
All the button does is play his voice saying the command
Yeah,
word.
the command word. It's like a really specific alarm application.
You have to recast that every day. Every time he turns it on, you got to recast it.
So how does this work? As soon as I say the words, I don't get my sneak.
As soon as you
No.
say the word, your sword lights up on fire, which will alert anyone nearby that there is something going on. Also, by
wait.
saying the command word aloud,
Like
Things
if you
can
were
hear you.
sneaking up,
It's
think about it
probably
like this.
what you do after your sneak attack.
Yeah, yeah. If you were sneaking up on me, and I was standing there and I didn't know you were sneaking, and I heard the command word, and then a huge bright thing of light, I probably wouldn't be like, guess it was the wind.
you
Is the
can
Does it
can
take
get
an
sneak
action to
attack
do
with
the-
it if you, somehow, like if you're flanking, if you have advantage on the roll, or if any of the other things, but you can't surprise someone with that.
John
Does
says your word should be sneak attack. So you yell sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Sneak attack!
Does it take an action to say the command word?
A bonus action.
Name it extra flamey.
So I think in I mean, it's up to you, but in D&D rules, as long as he is like stealth beforehand, and he walks up, says the command word, stabs. That's all still part of that sneak.
So
Depends on
That
how
act-
far
that-
away he does it.
That full action. I mean, if he's hidden, and he gets up behind somebody, says the command word, stabs. That's still a sneak.
it would depend on some
Oh.
things, but it's possible. But
does
yeah,
he
I
have to
think
say it
it's-
aloud, or can he say it in
Yeah,
like?
let's say it out loud.
How loud do I need to say it though?
Loud enough for the sword to hear you.
Listen, it doesn't
So,
have.
so
it's
just
not
just put it right here and go.
You just need a sentient sword. That's all you need.
Just
you
give
need
that-
to, you need to
give
get a
that
sentient
sword an
sword.
ASMR session with command words.
Put it up there and be like,
So I guess as they tell me about everything that happens, I relay the information about when I left the dwarven rock home. I heard rumors that the dwarves were being killed or attacked on the eastern borders of our lands. So
We could go check that out.
but it was just rumors when I left, nothing concrete.
Yeah, you had heard that they were expanding and run into some trouble.
Because Melmore was an officer in the guard, so heard some.
Let's go back then, eh? Let's go there. Sorry, not back. Let's go there.
We can go east of Rockholm to check out
Yes.
what's happening.
What did they come in contact with? Was it a Empire or Brotherhood or what's the dealio?
All Melmore knows is that on the eastern borders, which has been unheard of in the past, that they've been skirmishes or something, and dwarves have been getting killed.
Yeah, he knows that they
But
were
that-
expanding under the mountains and ran into some resistance. And he heard rumors that there were some dwarves that were killed and that it may have been drow.
How'd they get into them tunnels?
How'd the dwarves get into the tunnel? Were they dug?
Not the dwarves. So what they were fighting in the tunnels.
Well, if it's drow, they probably might have territorial dispute. Who knows?
went
They
into the
punched the-
Underdark.
They're like drilling a hole and then out of the wall behind them they punch a man-sized hole and jump out and they go, "This is our tunnel."
In a way, yeah. I guess that's kind of
Yeah, actually, that's pretty accurate.
Like Mole Man comes up out of the ground and like a drill and it is me. This
Well,
is
I
my
would say
tunnel."
it would happen more like the dwarves are, mining their way through and making tunnels, and if they get closer to the drow area, the
And
drow
they
would
punched
hear
into
that,
a drow's living
and
room. It's
then-
like, "Hey, what you doing in here?"
and the drow would start attacking. Who knows? I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds pretty awesome. Well, I'm willing to go help the dwarves. My fellow short brethren.
Yeah, so now you guys have new information about the Order. It's possibly a tie between the Order and the Empire. Possibly a tie between the Order / the Underdark and Drow and the dwarves. And you also still have Trin that Urel had asked if you were going to be nearby to look in on.
Wait,
He's way back in the Brecken Empire.
who's Tren?
Some kid
He
that
was
didn't want
a-
to come.
Well, Kid
Oh,
said he couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. um,
We could check on the kid and then head to the east, and maybe the dwarves have a way for us to get near the drow. Since if that's what's happening.
We could tell these kids about Urel if they get scared.
oh, the
The
kids
ones here
Yeah.
in town.
Yep.
You can do that if you like. You'd have to do some searching to find them again.
Are we? So we're not gonna go help the dwarves out? What do
I
you
mean,
guys think
it
we
could
should
be
do?
the end goal or the
I'm-
end of the
yeah.
journey.
I'm asking you guys.
He's more interested in helping out his master.
But his master doesn't need anything now.
Yeah, his master's done. She doesn't. We did what she wanted.
She might need something.
Why don't you call her? Call her on the thing.
Call her up and ask her.
I'll call her up.
All right.
Make it collect. We're not paying for that.
We found the elf.
Even though he's a
Adrian.
sophomore, but that's
Hilarious.
What do you want us to do now?
She says, "Do your friends need help?"
No.
he's like they always do.
No, they're good. She says, "It's just you always have a home here, Beak, if you want it."
Do you need us to do anything for you?
Beak's
No.
retiring.
I'm still figuring out what it is I want to do, but I am okay for now.
Okay. Do you want more spiders? We might go that way. I can give you more spiders.
She chuckles and she says, "Anytime you want to bring spiders, I will accept them here. This will be a sanctuary for them, but I don't need any. If you meet some spiders that are looking for a new home, you can bring them."
Okay. And I hang up. I say,
Okay.
Master needs spiders. We need to go back and give Master some spiders.
Well, we're
Perfect,
definitely
Beak.
not doing that.
Is it on, is
Melmor,
it on the
Melmor
way?
didn't.
It's on the
Melmor
way,
just,
right?
Melmor just shakes his head. He didn't help the first time find spiders.
It depends on where you're going after that.
Well, you know what? It is almost 10 o'clock. We could have a week to think about it. Think about what we're going to do now.
Yeah, I'd like
Next.
to have an idea of where you're going next.
Nope. That's not how it works. Next week, we're going to get that boat.
If we
and
go
we're
to
leaving.
his master's place, which place would we go to after that? That would be the closest.
If you go there, you would be closest to the dwarven area.
We can do that.
Do
We
we
also
want to
have
find that
the
kid
cats.
too? Or
We could go free the cats.
we can't really free the cats. We'd have to take on the
Oh,
entire
I love
empire.
cats. Wait, no, we gotta go save the cats. I love cats.
We'd have to
But
take on the
with-
entire empire. I don't think we
With
can
a
do that.
master and herds of spiders, we could take out some cats. Or, I mean, the other way around. We could save.
Take out some cats.
Beak's confused.
I mean, at this point, I think eventually we'll need that.
Need what?
Beak just wants to get more platinum.
Oh, I like money, so now I can stop taking Seraph's
Sounds
money.
like it sounds like the Order of the Dusk or Order of Dusk or whatever they call themselves is the power behind the Brotherhood. So that's what we need to deal with.
Okay, well,
It's up to you guys. Which way you want to go?
that
We're
was
just gonna hire some people to go.
Well, it was a long silence.
I would want to go to where the boy is, where Yarl wanted us to go.
Okay, we
So I'll
can
tell
go there first.
I'll tell Isaac what we're gonna do, and then when we start up next week, we'll choose a different path.
Do the
Okay.
opposite. I'll be like, you find nothing ever.
Okay,
You search for
So-
days.
The dwarfs go into the dwarven
I'll
land.
make you roll perception checks every day, and you're never
Every
gonna find
day.
anything. Oh, is that a 35 perception? You see nothing.
We'll go check on that child, and then we can contact Urel and let her know,
Yeah.
and then we'll head to the dwarfs.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Thanks, Ray, for putting that out there. Anyone
Stopping
else agree?
by the
Yeah,
master
sounds
on the
good.
way there.
Yeah,
That's on the
stopping
way,
by the
right?
master on the way there.
On the way back, Beak.
But it's on the way.
It depends on how you want to get there, but it's not on the way.
Yeah.
If we go to the
You
child,
can make
first,
it on
it's
the way.
Not
If you
if we go to the
up
child, it's not. But
by way of Bresk and then west through, you can get there that way.
If you want, yeah, you could be.
Would Beak know that though?
You know what? I don't think he would know that.
Beak knows.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
We gave you a
that is
plan.
where we will pick up next time. We'll see. I still don't know what you're going to do for sure, so that'll be fun for me this week.
We just told
we told you a pretty general idea what we're gonna do there.
Yeah, but then Beak was like, "But we'll go here on the way, right?"
So what would happen is the worst case scenario, we end up going sidetracked to the masters and then going to the child,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then to the dwarven area.
Mm-hmm. Worst case
Or-
scenario, I'll just prepare everything ever.
Or we buy a ship and hire a crew. Let's do that.
Do that. See, there you go. All right. Until next week, we will hopefully have everyone here and be able to pick this back up then. We're also going to be, some of us are going to be on Friday on Nook's channel. There's a couple new characters, so that'll be fun. But
Yeah.
until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.